Yo, what's up? And welcome to another episode of Unnamed Sports Show right here on Guerilla Cross Radio, streaming live on GuerillaCross.com, Facebook Live, and the Guerilla Cross app. Download the app for free on Apple Music, Google Play, all that good stuff. We are here live every Tuesday and Thursday, 2 p.m. West Coast time. I'm your host, Quan59. I got my friends in the building. My man, he's going to be gloating for the first 20 minutes. We're only giving him 20 minutes, Tracy. We're not giving him too long.
That's a long time. That's a lot of gloating.
Yeah.
I can only take so much.
Yeah, that's solid. I can appreciate that amount of gloating.
Maybe not that much.
5 minutes is by far enough.
Oh, thank you.
That's
More
quite
than
sufficient.
enough.
That's quite
Good.
sufficient.
Good. So we have my man, and I got the name tags wrong on the screen, and it's about to change in 5 seconds.
You're good.
But my man, not in time at all, Josh Williams.
I was quite late.
I mean, you were in D.C. this weekend. You have kind of an excuse. We'll blame it on jet lag.
No.
Blame it on. I'm giving you an excuse, bro.
Blame it on contracts. I'm sitting there typing up contracts, and that is about the most tedious thing
Get a secretary.
in the world. I haven't hit that point, Quan. Just like we.
I mean, Tracy's not doing nothing.
Oh, don't just throw Tracy as a secretary. That's quite sexist.
Wow, I didn't mean it like that.
I'm just putting it out there.
No, you're being sexist because
no.
that's what you thought of first.
Yep,
No.
that is.
How the heck did I end up? I was in here protecting the females in the equation, but then I'm the bad guy.
I was just
That's all
saying
right.
because
See,
she.
Any chance, you know what? Sitting
bad.
us like this, bad news.
All bad.
Just gonna
yeah.
go
all
after
bad.
him all day.
All bad. Playoff beard is cut. It was out
All
of
the
hand.
playoff beards.
It was
Yeah,
out of hand.
mine. I felt weird after I cut it.
I feel great.
I felt like I was in high school.
I was looking rather homeless. It was getting
Wow.
to homeless levels.
Yeah, I mean, I looked like that too. I was like, yeah, these homeless people on the street, like downtown Fremont, they thought I was one of them, and I'm like, bro, come on.
You are one of them, Quan. We're one. We're all
We
together.
are all one. We are all humans.
one.
I am all
human
about
race.
supporting my team, but there's definitely not a no shave clause for girls.
I was about to say that. Whoa.
Well,
That would not go over well. Like if I had a girlfriend that was literally into sports, it's like, yeah, it's no shit, it's playoff beard, and I'm like, no, that equation doesn't go the other way.
Listen, I put up every November. There's No Shave November, and I always put up on Facebook like, ladies, that's for guys only.
Yeah.
Go ahead and shave.
The only excuse is I have a lot of friends who were swimmers in college, and so what they would do before they would not shave to like leading up to a big meet, and then
okay, all right,
like
there you
mentally because they could shave time off. I'm like, that's still kind of gross.
Oh,
it's all right, you know.
it's a little weird.
It's a little
You
weird.
But it
making sure you're all the way smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no stubble at all on these legs.
Nope.
I
Yeah.
shaved right before the meet.
Big
The
shout out
long
to everybody
winter.
watching live on Facebook. Rob, don't call my real name on Facebook. Use my middle name. That's why there's a middle name on my Facebook name, because Facebook made me change it to my real name. But anyways, we got Tracy in the building. That's the female that Josh was talking about.
Yes.
We didn't bring that up, but he wanted to bring it up like that.
He did.
I was just saying because she told me she has a lot of time during the summer,
Sure.
Yeah.
and so she could be here.
But
and-
see, she would come on as like a co-partner. It wouldn't be on some like, you're my secretary.
a secretary's
That's
a secretary's
all
a
bad.
partner.
I told you I'd help you out with stuff. You know. I don't-
Listen, you're putting secretaries down. I never
Yeah.
said secretary is
all.
not a bad thing. That's
Not
a
at
partner.
all.
Secretaries do a lot for the business.
Yes, they do. They have a very, very vital role for sure.
Very
making it
vital.
a well-oiled
And-
machine.
And when you're an entrepreneur, business owner, you do everything on your own.
Mhm.
So
I
until
need a secretary.
see, exactly. See, secretaries need a
But
secretary.
I don't want a secretary.
Hey.
I want a Lloyd. Did you guys ever watch Entourage?
I
I need
didn't
Lloyd.
really.
You need a best friend.
I need a Lloyd, just someone I can yell at. Lloyd.
I saw a few episodes of Entourage. I messed up and watched the Entourage movie.
Oh no.
That was so bad.
You've gotta go. For
Wow, was
Don't-
the
don't make-
movie bad? I never saw.
No,
the
it's
movie.
not that it's bad. It's one of those things you have to watch.
It's
all the way
it's an
through.
episode.
You kind of
Yeah.
have to catch everything.
Right.
yeah.
You don't appreciate those characters, like
There's the character dynamics are well and
Yeah.
established at that point.
Yeah.
for sure.
If you're watching on Facebook Live, please share the post for us if you like what you're.
Desiree
hearing?
says, "Is Tracy is that my hater from Facebook?"
She
I clicked like.
listen. I feel
Yes, that's her.
I feel
I
like
don't
I feel like Desiree has two phones because she'll be on mine and yours at the same exact time.
Simultaneous.
Saying the
You
same
know what's
thing.
funny? I was defending Desiree before you got here. I was like, she's passionate about her sports
she loves
teams.
her city.
And Desiree, the phone lines are open today. So, and this goes for everybody listening. We want you to call in. We want to get your opinion. So call us up 702-608-3259. Once again, that phone number is 702-608-3259. If you're watching on Facebook Live, it is there. If you're listening on the podcast, don't call because we're not live. So don't do that. And if you do, you know what? You can call and you can leave a voicemail. So if you leave a voicemail, we will respond to the voicemail. So make sure it's good. Because if not, we're not going to respond to it. Don't just be like, this is Rob Allen and I love LeBron. And that's it.
I will say you guys are all lucky that I do not have the kill switch on these calls because Quan be giving you guys a lot of range. I'm like, I am like daggone, what's his name? Colin Cowherd. Like, yeah, okay, click. And like, yeah, so that was a great, like, Quan, like, yeah, I'm going to give you about 30 minutes of the segment. Like, Lord, get this man off the phone. He ain't talking about
We're interviewing the phone caller.
Oh my goodness. I still can't believe that one caller. Tracy, you never heard that one caller that was talking about Hitler and everything on the phone?
I'm sorry, what?
Swear happened.
That
Like,
was a troll. I mean,
that
look,
was
Facebook.
nuts. Like I was like, what?
That
like,
phone
me
number
and
gets
Dave-
out there.
Me and Dave looked at each other and was like, wait, what?
Yeah, that phone number gets out there on Facebook and anybody could call. So, but we hung up. I hung up quick on that one.
I think he hung up.
I don't know.
Cause remember he came on, he said like two things, and he was like, I just wanted to say Hitler didn't do anything wrong. And then then that was it. And like me and Dave like looked at each other and was like, so how do we the show lost momentum right there.
And the thing is, trolls don't really bother me like that.
Oh,
Trolls are cool.
That's right, cause you are
The
their
ultimate?
king.
yeah,
Come on.
they bother me.
I'm the LeBron of trolls.
You're
Listen, I'm really upset. I was telling Tracy this before Josh got here super late.
quite late. Yeah.
So
I
late.
was going to wear a cast today. I was going to wear my cast and tell everyone why I couldn't do the show on Friday, even though we don't have a show on Friday, and why Thursday's show wasn't as good as it could have been.
Mhm.
Because I had a broken hand and I couldn't carry my purse in my right hand. Listen, LeBron is a great player. He does some very petty stuff, and we're going to get into that in the NBA segment, but he's a petty dude.
He is.
We'll get into that. I want to jump in first. Josh, how was your weekend?
My weekend.
It started Thursday.
Yes, it
So
did.
we're going to go ahead and let you gloat a little bit
All right.
about the Caps. And listen, I'm still, for all of those Vegas Night fans that quit being fans after Game 4, shame on you. Move out of the city. Move somewhere else. Get out of Vegas. We don't want you here.
I don't know any of those.
Quit your
fans.
job.
I'm so glad.
And honestly, it was only people on social media. It wasn't anybody I really knew. But we're going to talk about how Washington had a home game in Vegas, which was, to me, the most embarrassing thing I've seen in sports in
There
a long
weren't
time.
that many people.
There was 40%, at least 30%.
It was a lot.
Was it that many, Trace?
Yeah, it was a lot.
Bro.
All right. See, well,
Wow, you don't believe me?
Well, no.
You have to ask your secretary?
See.
Joking.
See, that's how it starts. But no,
That's how it
like I
starts.
couldn't honestly. We couldn't
Unnamed
really.
secretary.
We couldn't really. We couldn't really tell because it wasn't like I was watching at home.
Yeah.
So I could only see. I mean, I could see the screen, but little stuff on the screen. I can't tell.
I
I'm
like
just.
that I was demoted from a CEO to a secretary the moment I walked in the
See?
store today.
so quickly.
And he blames me.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, so you were out there. You're watching. You went to the Mystics game. I know you were really excited about that.
Yeah.
Did they win?
No. They don't use Elena well. They don't use Elena Delle Donne well at all. She is
She's one of the best players in the league.
Well, she's a one dribble pull up girl, and they got her running like just set after set. And I'm like, just give her the ball and clear out, and let her just get to her spots. Because if you let her get to her spots, she's buckets. But they just she was in and out of the lineup. Some of the people that were there were saying that she's been getting hurt a lot. So I don't know if maybe they were working her back from injury. So I don't know there.
Hurt feelings.
Is that your first WNBA game?
No.
I
No.
haven't been. I want to.
Oh yeah, no. My cousin played on the Houston Comets when they were doing all their winning.
Oh, nice.
And then
When they had a team?
Yeah,
That's sad.
Before their team was contracted. And then she was on I can't remember if it was the inaugural Mystics team or if it was like the second year. But
Okay.
but when she was playing there, it was Nikki McCrae. So I used to go. Yeah, I've probably been to maybe about 15 or 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to a Comets game when they had Michelle Snow, and they weren't playing in the Compact Center anymore. They were playing like at the Convention Center at that point.
Yeah, they kept moving around.
Yeah, but I've been to a few. I've
Well,
been to a few.
they'll
Been
be
to a
giving
Liberty.
away Aces tickets anytime now.
Oh, is it not looking good?
I don't know. I mean, the
think
team's
they're-
1-8 or 1-7, something like that. But anyway, so
Oh,
you went to a WNBA game, but the main thing, which was a very smart move by them, to be able to move the WNBA game a couple hours ahead.
sure.
To be able to get everybody in there,
Yep.
to be able to watch the Caps. And of
People-
course, I hated you that night, but the next day I was like, you know what? He got to celebrate in Washington, D.C. around. I mean, it looked packed in there. I'm not sure if there was an empty seat, really.
Well, there was empty seats, but they were only upstairs.
Yeah.
And they were really kind of just in the corners. But basically they were areas where no one would want to look at the big screen from that angle.
Yeah.
So
And real quick, Rob Allen is talking about the WNBA. He said the WNBA is lit. Actually, they need somebody with money to get behind them. Rob Allen, the NBA is behind them. They have a lot of money.
But what does he mean by money? Like,
I don't know, Rob. What do you mean about money? Call in 702-608-3259. Because the NBA is behind them. They obviously like their jerseys. They don't even have the team name on them. They have like a little logo up here. Because their jerseys are sponsored heavily.
Yeah, well, because remember that was their way of getting money for those
Yeah,
teams.
exactly.
Well,
you can call in and talk about that real quick. But yeah, back to the Caps, back to Josh celebrating.
Desiree said that the Aces tickets are on Groupon now.
Oh,
quite sad. She said #sad. That is a little bit sad. But
summertime's hard for sports, though. For something like that to start up, especially right after the nights. That's
people are a little exhausted.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's only so many sports I can go to.
And then summer league starts in 3 weeks, so that's not going to be good.
He's excited about. He's
I
excited.
love
for
summer
his,
league.
His Lakers. Is Lonzo playing?
I hope not.
Wait.
Oh,
Was
Mr. Glass
Lonzo
playing.
who I wanted to unfriend?
Wow. Anyways, we'll get into that.
I think that might have
Have
been
you
it.
not
That's the end of the
already?
show. That's the end of the show, Josh.
The
We have
whole
a segment
family?
with him.
That's what it was.
Okay,
Okay, I got it.
So
I
Caps,
remember now.
Verizon Center, or what is it?
No, it's Capital One Arena
Capital
now.
One, oh, yeah.
Capital One Arena. Apparently, Capital One has banks in Maryland now. Like I passed about 30 little Capital One bank, and I was like, oh, you guys are more than credit cards. Good for you.
Huh.
So, but yeah, no, it was amazing. The simple fact that I was able to get inside versus standing or sitting on the concrete for
Yeah.
for 3.5 hours was great. I made it down there. I got off the plane, dropped my bags, and I headed down there at around like 2, and because the WNBA game started at 3.
Okay.
And when I got off the metro, I asked one of the security guards. I was like, "Hey, like, I live in Vegas. I'm from out here, but is there any way for me to get tickets? I know that I tried online and everybody is saying that they couldn't get tickets. So she sent me to the box office. I go to the box office and I'm like, if I find a nice, sweet old lady, I might be able to make this happen. I
manipulative.
find the nice, sweet old lady. I let her know the story. Ma'am, I'm just getting off the plane. I took a red eye out here. I tried. I was online, like on time, and I didn't get a ticket. She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, baby. We all out of tickets." And I was like, "Oh, all right. Well, is it, all right. Well, it's okay. Either way, I'm just happy to be here." So I literally walk outside. I get outside, and this guy just runs up on me. Like, I happen to just start talking because these two guys were talking about John Wall, and they were saying that we needed to trade John Wall. So I already went in.
Gosh.
I went in on my DC fans because we just are bad fans when it comes to certain things. And as I'm talking to them,
Agree.
yeah, no, it's the truth. I stand by that. And as I'm talking to them, this guy like just walks up on me and he's like, "How many tickets you need?" And I was like,
Dang.
one.
So-
And then like, and
I
then
don't
he like,
have friends.
no, but I did have a friend that was coming. So then he like pulls out all the tickets that he had, and I was like, maybe 2.
So it ended up not being a sweet old lady.
No, it wasn't
So
a
you
sweet.
tried to manipulate the sweet old
no,
lady
but
and
look,
ended up being a
but,
dude.
No, but wait. But
He's away
real
with
quick,
men.
we
Okay.
do have a phone call
Josh is
live on
away
the
with
air.
men.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Man, man. I heard something about trading John Wall, and it felt like a bat signal for me.
Death Star Dave, live remote from the Strip in Las Vegas.
Parts unknown.
He's at the parade. He's the only one at the parade.
Can't say parts unknown. I think that's just it's got bad juju on it right now.
What's good, Dave?
Just like I said, had to call in as soon as I had that. Had to take the lumps from Mr. Williams there. Still not happy about it, but I mean, they were better. It is what it is.
Dave, you're supposed to be happy because you're technically a Sharks fan.
Oh gosh!
Shut up.
Are we gonna get into that every week?
Do you really want to go this route? I feel like we've covered this well enough.
Oh, Dave.
90s Bulls.
That's all right.
90s Bulls.
I stand behind my 80s and 90s Bulls. Thank you.
Late 80s, 90s Bulls.
That's right.
89, 90s Bulls.
Yeah, it was by
And then just stop.
Exactly.
I can't even try to be like it was 88. No, it wasn't. It really wasn't. I wasn't lucid until about 90. 91, I was like, oh, I know what's going on. Jordan's my guy. But yeah, 90 was still kind of like, yeah.
You were 5?
Couldn't Jordan have been your guy and you still have been a Bullets fan?
No. All we had at that point was Bernard King and Michael Adams. Muggsy was kind of in and
All we had was
out.
Bernard King. Like, that's nothing.
No, but that's Bernard. Hold on. That's Bernard with bad knees.
That was
Bernard.
All-Star Bernard King, though. He ended up being an All-Star.
Bad knees Bernard, too, though. A little different.
Yeah, but bad knees Bernard could still put 40 on you.
But see, it wasn't Dave. I'm a kid, man. Jordan was dunking on people. Bernard wasn't dunking on people like that. That was not his game. His game was mid-range. That's hard for a child to understand.
Yeah.
Quickly, my sister just texted me. Hi, Megan. She's watching.
Hey, what's up, Megan?
Hi, Megan. Thank you for watching us.
Hi, Megan. Call in.
We enjoy all 5 of our listeners.
Stop it.
We're doing all right. We're doing all right.
We got 7 on the Facebook Live myself. I don't know how many you got on your Facebook Live.
I've got 5.
So that's
like
12.
A dozen.
That's 12.
It's a dirty
And we
dozen.
got a lot of people listening on the app. So
Boom.
Okay.
stop it.
All 52 of you. We appreciate
That's
each
good.
of you.
Plus the people listening on the podcast.
That's right. That's right.
Plus the people coming. Now I got 8. It'll get there, guys. Shout out to Megan. I'm not going to say her last name. I don't know how to pronounce it. But anyways, Dave, how do you feel, man? I know it was a dope season. I know there was a little heartbreak on Thursday. Wake up a little hangover, the heartbreak hangover the next day. But now, I mean, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about I can look at the season now. It feels good. How is it on the Strip? I know you're out there getting interviews, asking all the fans.
I could definitely tell you out here on the Strip, you're starting to see that. I mean, there's people like us. I mean, I don't really have any heartbreak. They're so far ahead of where they should have been this season. I take everything with this as I mean, you want that chance to win the Stanley Cup. I mean, of course, I would have much preferred if they won it, but I'm not exactly upset about how the season went. But, I mean, you're really starting to see the people kind of shy away a little bit. I'm already a little worried. I was worried when I was watching the game last Thursday just to see how many Capitals fans there were. There was probably more Capitals fans in this arena than there were watching it with Josh back in Washington.
Highly doubtful.
Yeah, there was a lot there.
There was a lot.
There was a lot there.
We were in the house in D.C. I felt so bad.
You were also in the house in Las Vegas.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
they
true.
should have done the thing that the Capitals did and just block out tickets.
But
and
they
not
did.
allow
I
them.
thought they did.
No, we don't do
you
that stuff
guys
out
did
here.
that.
No,
We
you
didn't do
did do that in some
We're-
of the previous rounds because
No.
Dave talked about it on the show.
No, what they did with season ticket holders is have
Mhm.
like this night agreement thing where season ticket holders got a reduced price for playoff tickets with the like unwritten agreement
That you aren't gonna
that you don't
do
sell it
anything
to
with this.
because I went to game 2 of the Kings game and it was less than 5% Kings fans. It was
Yeah.
astonishing how few Kings fans were there. But to go to the
Especially being so close to LA.
right, going to the first Caps game, I was like, how are there more Caps fans here than the Kings fans or the San Jose
Spending
fans?
that money. Because Kings fans,
But
it's
that
round
also goes
1
back to
compared. Go ahead, Dave.
That goes back to my thing about Kings fans, and they're all Kings fans are fake.
Truth.
They all just couldn't afford
You guys are sad.
Laker tickets. That's what I always say.
No. What? Why are we not allowed to hate on one team? We don't hate on your team.
Yes, you do.
Okay, I hate
Oh, I
on you,
definitely
but
hate
like,
on.
but like, who do you hate
Caps
more?
are my least favorite team now.
Oh,
Oh
come on.
no,
They gotta
not
be.
even close for me.
Oh,
Not even
I
close.
mean, Kings
I
used to be my
told you.
favorite team, and I showed Josh a Facebook post.
He did from like 2014.
Oh, I
14.
saw that. I saw it
So
come up.
Josh
my
thinks
goodness.
I never paid attention to hockey until this year, and I had to prove him wrong
You're
4
like,
years
wait,
ago.
I was watching
Like,
a
I
few years
was-
ago.
And then his mom hopped on the feed and everything.
Josh
went
got
left.
punked by my mom.
I did not get punked.
Josh
I
got
just,
punked by my mom.
I just wasn't like I don't go after women that I don't know.
He had the
Like, if
Steve sweat beads
No.
when my mom sweating him on the Facebook Live.
Steve was
I love it.
legitimately nervous when you said that. I did not know who she was, so I just was like, well, I'm not gonna come for this lady if I don't know who she was. And then she didn't have a picture, so it wasn't like I could really differentiate if she was old, young. If she was young, might have jumped on her a little bit more, but I didn't know if she was old or young, so I kind of had to just sit that one out.
Define jumped on her.
That's what she said.
What are you talking about? Jumped on her? You're talking nonsense right now. I
Hey.
don't believe a word of
Hey,
this.
Dave knows. Dave knows. Don't come for me on social media. I'm not nasty, but unless you look, it's so funny because I was talking to somebody about this the other day. Like, as long as you don't get out of character, I won't get crazy. But if you get crazy, I just go right in your DMs like, yo, dude, you don't know me. Like, don't do this because if you
Oh,
really
yeah, I've
want,
had-
if you really want these problems, you can come out here. This is where I am, and
my,
you can have them.
my biggest thing is when people go at my friends. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Well, we'll see. A lot of times, it's funny because
On a personal level. You know what I'm saying?
when I met up with some of my friends, like they it was so funny because so many of my posts can go left and like when you like put your phone down for a minute and you come back and like two people have like literally gone in on each other and it's like, yo, what happened? And I was just like,
I try to make that happen sometimes. Though.
no, but see, I don't like doing that, especially if you don't know, if both people don't know each other, and it's
Yeah.
like I'm friends with you and I'm friends with you,
Yeah.
so I'm not gonna have like it's not like I can come to either of your defense. Neither of
Right.
you know each other. You both know me.
Right.
Shut up and let's figure this out.
That happened to me this week, and I normally don't comment on people's things, but yeah, I commented on because a friend of mine posted this thing, was like, I want everyone's feedback, and all of his friends are very concentrated in a particular group, and I'm like, I disagree with you guys, but it's cool. And then I was told I should never procreate.
Oh no,
And I was
that's
like, all
that's
right.
too far. That's too far.
That's
Your
I'm like,
genes are
you
not
don't- I
your
was
genes are
just-
not worthy.
And
Yeah.
Michelle on Facebook Live said, Josh Williams, you ain't hard like that going into DMs.
Wait, first off, Michelle, don't look. You're a lady, so I treat ladies.
Oh.
I treat ladies with respect.
He
always.
almost went in your DM.
But if it's a guy, and the guy, like, especially if the guy looks like a tool, like if the guy looks like he can beat me up, then a lot of times I'm just like, you know what, I'm gonna just be mad. Sometimes you just gotta take your losses. But if
So
you look like, if
you
it,
come at Quan harder than you come at me.
well, see, you're different. You're different. You're different. I do have to say shout out to my man DeAndre Speed. Yes, his last name is Speed, but he is quite slow.
Oh,
We played basketball together.
yo, Dave. Any last thoughts on the Stanley Cup?
Honestly, my heart is happy it's over. Almost, I couldn't take it. Some of those that last game was getting tough. It was a little tight to watch, but
Yeah.
happy about the season. Happy about everything else.
Yeah.
You know, you can't be mad at an expansion team
Not
only
at all.
winning one game in the Stanley Cup final.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I mean, the Capitals
you have to
finally
remember-
won, and they beat an expansion team to get that W.
Hey,
Yep.
But Josh will
And
take
as
it.
I said right at the moment, I was happy for Ovechkin. I'm even more happy for Ovechkin after seeing how much he's celebrating it.
Yeah.
That
And
man's
I'm pretty
insane.
sure at the moment I said I was happy for him too, right?
no, you didn't.
We're not going to talk about that.
No, you
did not.
definitely
We're-
I
did
know
not.
who I wasn't happy for.
We're not
You
talking
definitely
about that.
didn't.
You said that he was the worst individual on the face of the earth. You said
I didn't say all that.
You said he
I
was.
might have-
You said he was KGB.
No, I was
You
at-
said he was
I
a
said he
spy.
was
Oh, I definitely said he was a spy.
Oh, you just said so many
But
things.
Was it-
listen, ESPN has a commercial where they're making him a spy. So
It's true.
That's right.
Was it you that I texted
He didn't have
something
a
about
beard.
Putin's booty?
Oh yes,
Whoa.
yes.
Yeah,
it
that was
yes,
me.
Yes, it was.
Whoa.
Yes, that was me.
That was before the game, though. When he popped Marc-Andre Fleury, I was like,
Oh,
he needs
yeah,
to go
yeah,
back
yeah,
to
yeah.
Russia and
That's right.
Wow.
do something to Putin that's inappropriate.
Well, Dave, I'm sure you'll be calling in for the NBA segment in a minute, so we will
Yay.
talk to you.
Bye, Dave.
Bye.
We will see. Let me see what I can do.
All right.
Bye,
right.
Dave.
All right.
So, if you want to call in, hit us up 702-608-3259. We're going to be getting into the NBA soon, talking about NBA Finals.
It'll be nice to see. Sorry to go off.
No, go.
Josh and I have been talking, and we talked a little bit about it too. Just with the off season coming up with the NHL, it's really interesting to see who you
Who-
guys
who
are.
gets
And you know
moved,
what's funny?
who
I've never
moves.
done this in my life.
What, free agency in hockey?
I
That
was
never-
watching. I was watching, like legit watching, interested in NHL TV network
Mm-hmm.
talking about free agency yesterday. I'm like, oh my gosh,
he
Yeah.
could move here, and he
we
could move
might
there.
get Eric Carlson.
Yeah.
It's
That-
crazy. I know players that I didn't used to know. So I mean, it's fun. And like
It
I
is.
said, this whole Vegas hype, it got a lot of people
It got
more
to you.
excited.
It got to you.
Yo,
Of course, that was the whole goal.
You got bit by the Vegas flu.
hey, and I'm excited.
Yeah.
I mean, the draft is in 2 weeks.
Look at you, even knowing when
Yep.
the draft takes place.
Yes.
We've got
Well, you
we've got
know-
camp. What is it called? Like the
You know that
development camp starting next week.
Oh, I don't know
up
about
at
that.
City National. If
Yeah.
you want to go watch some hockey.
Oh, okay. Well, you know that the NHL awards are here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
That'll be
excited.
fun. I
Let's
think
go.
we're
We
in
might-
all honesty, I think
might have to.
we clean up some of those awards.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
we have to.
You have to, because
Yeah.
you look at how do you not give George McPhee GM of the year?
Have to.
Almost every player
Oh
on the
no,
ice
he
in the
no
Stanley
he is.
Cup
No, he is.
Guaranteed. Yeah.
wins
He is.
Coach of the Year.
He
I don't
is.
know, like
Yeah, we're gonna get a lot.
yeah.
We're gonna get a lot.
I would say you would probably get Coach of the Year because
Have
just I mean hockey again. Hockey is so close.
Yeah.
That so many teams are basically in the same. Like you really look at it, like even though you all finished higher than us, you only won like maybe 2 or 3 more games than
Right.
we did. And then like what separated us from the top team in the league was like maybe 5 games. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's very very close. But no one expected you guys to win that many games, so
Right.
you should win.
What's really crazy looking back is seeing how many games we won when I don't know if Josh knows this at the towards the beginning of the season we lost our 3 starting goalies. We were on a
no,
fourth-string
I
goalie for, like,
remember
2.5 weeks.
well, we talked,
And that was
we
on the
talked
road
about
too
that.
when that happened.
We talked about that on the show when
Yeah.
it happened.
yeah,
And
like,
you guys kind of kept because like I think that was my initial like here we go.
Yeah, that's when they're gonna lose 10 in a row.
They're gonna fall like because see
Right.
my whole thing, and you guys did go through it a little bit. I felt like the second and third times that you guys started to see people, that was when you guys were gonna start struggling because there was no tape.
Yeah.
You all were a fresh team. We didn't
Right.
know how to combat any of your players because they've never played with each other.
right.
So there wasn't any tape on anybody. So I thought really mid-season around the All-Star break was when you guys would fade. But you guys didn't.
no.
It wasn't really until like the very end when it was kind of like, all right, we already won the division or the division's pretty
Right,
much
they
in
stopped
hand.
playing, guys.
They stopped for
Yeah.
a minute and went through a
Yeah.
bad spell.
But
Yep.
interestingly, because I did research, I'm
Hey,
super excited about cap space. I've
we have a
told
lot
Josh
of cap
this.
space.
We have the 3rd most amount of cap space in the league behind. I forgot who. Who
Forgot.
are we behind?
And it
Oh,
doesn't-
the
it doesn't matter.
Islanders and
Yeah.
the Hurricanes.
Well, so the Islanders might bring back Tavares. I know that they
Yeah.
would want to. He's their captain, so I mean, you don't usually just let your captain walk
Yeah.
away.
And Josh, real quick, because I'm used to the NBA. I'm used to that big money.
yeah,
I know what a $200 million contract is. I don't know what a big hockey contract is. So
Well-
give us like the top 3 and what's like the average contract for a good player.
So Ovechkin, and this has been well documented. Ovechkin signed a 13-year, I believe it was like $100 million or $90 million dollar contract.
Okay.
And then Crosby is like right there with him. I think his
Mhm.
was like 10 years or both of them were for decade plus. But for the most part, like your well-paid hockey players, like between 4 and 6. Like you are
Okay.
a frontline, people are buying your jersey player if
Mhm.
you're making anywhere between 4 and 6 million a year.
Okay.
And then once you get above 6, those are your stars. Like those are your star of stars. Not even like because the 4 to 6 guy those guys are becoming all stars.
Mm-hmm.
But the 6 to 10, that's like really like like Tarasenko in St. Louis gets money like that. John Tavares, of course, will get paid
Mhm.
like that.
Ovechkin makes 9.5.
He makes 9.5, and he's made 9.5. I think like the entirety of the deal.
That's
Mhm.
so crazy.
Yeah, and that's like
Now, do you
The
think there's
face
more
of the
money to
league.
have in hockey?
um
Because I know with the NBA, they've signed some ridiculous TV deals.
yeah.
There's a lot more sponsors going in there. But is there more money in hockey than the players are actually getting?
I don't think so. Not yet. I think that it's continuing to grow. You got to remember when they signed Ovechkin to this deal, this was like off the heels of the lockout. Like
Yeah.
Ovi was in the league, I think 3 years.
Okay.
And then he
Mhm.
signed his deal. The league was still recovering. Like it, everyone was excited for him, but the league still was on versus at that
Yeah.
point. It wasn't.
Nobody's
you know what I
more
mean?
excited for Ovi than Ovi right now.
Shoot, I'm excited for Ovi.
Like, can we
literally
talk about Ovechkin real quick?
Every time I see the video when he like is screaming and like receiving the cup, like I get chills and I start tearing up. It's bad. Like I
Aw.
was sport. Like I don't really cry over most things, but sports related.
I've had some tears before.
Yeah. When he hands it to Backy, it's like oh, Backy.
Well, listen,
Backy,
and right now, me and Tracy were talking about this off air. He's not giving it up for at least a month.
No.
No one else is getting that cup. I mean, he'll be there with the cup, but I mean, he's guarding that cup.
Right.
He's done a few disturbing things. I mean, obviously, you
Right.
got the beer and stuff like that. But sleeping with the cup, Josh.
Yep.
What's up with your boy?
The wife.
And we're going to talk about this because Tracy said that he is the ugliest athlete in the world. So I want to
Fact.
get into this. We're going to call this segment
Unugly.
Unpretty.
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 Unpretty's not
So
bad.
it's going to be,
It's pretty
who do you
good.
think is,
That's pretty good.
let's name the top 5 ugliest male athletes of all time.
I like that we're keeping it male.
And I threw one to Tracy the other day, and I feel like this is number 1. I have to
Okay.
say it.
All right.
Because she said he was the ugliest. I had to remind her.
Yeah,
Like, he's up there,
He is.
but
see,
somebody
he's also
else.
smooth and he has a great personality. Like
Oh,
most of these
gosh.
ugly dudes are like seriously. Like people have loved Ovi because he was a party animal. Like he was the guy that you wanted to have a drink with. Like he was
Right.
very fun.
Okay.
So it does bring down the ugliness a little bit.
His
I
personality.
feel
That's
you.
right.
So you like his personality,
That's
Josh.
right. Yeah.
Personality.
I'm just
helps.
saying. I'm just
Like, I didn't like him at
You guys-
first sight, but his personality is
Yeah.
I feel
really...
like everybody should comment who they think the ugliest.
Yeah, comment. Let us
male
know who
athlete.
you
Alright.
think the ugliest male athlete is in all the sports. And they don't even have to be an athlete right now. It could have been a retired player or whatever. Because mine is, and my number 1 is going back to another one of Josh's teams. Josh,
Oh.
can you guess who it is?
George Mirasan. If you're
George
gonna say that.
Mirasan.
If you're gonna say another one of Josh's teams, that's George Mirasan.
Listen, if you guys don't know who George Mirasan is,
Don't Google him.
Google him.
Hey, no, you know what? I can stay right on the bullets. This actually would be Wizards.
And real quick, my boy Tony Calderon, big shout out to Tony. He's a Denver Broncos fan.
Yep.
Ooh,
George,
that's ugly face.
George is ugly dude.
ugly face.
Look, all right. So
My man Tony said Lonzo Ball.
yeah, he's a malnourished.
Put him up there.
Drake. He's not that ugly.
I think
though.
he'll grow into
No,
himself. He was a
he's-
teenager.
He's an ugly guy, but
He's not.
he's also
no Ovi, though.
he's light skinned, so he can get away with it.
Rob said Reggie Miller.
Nah, Reggie not that bad.
He's not that bad.
Reggie's not that bad. Like he's not.
Listen.
You gonna say
No,
Reggie
hold on.
next to George Mirasan?
We're used to Reggie Miller. When he first came in the league, he looked like he had like
he had the
something
kid and
different.
play Gumby going. Like, come on, Reggie
He
was
looked
smooth.
sick. He looked sick,
Reggie was
though.
smooth. Calvin Booth on the Bullets. Well, on the Wizards.
I'd have to see. I
Go
know
ahead,
who
He's
you're
on the
talking
list,
about.
right?
Pull up Calvin Booth.
Hold on. I'm pulling up.
Calvin is
They have Ronaldinho on this list. That's fair.
he's smooth. He's Brazilian. You got to understand the smoothness.
No.
Oh,
The smoothness.
my mom said Leon Spinks,
Mm-hmm.
which I have a Leon Spinks story. Let's talk about Leon Spinks. I think we
You
talked
do.
about this on the show.
Leon Spinks.
Yeah,
Let me see.
it's really only the teeth, but
That's tough.
Yeah.
and it was sad talking to him when I drove him in my Uber a couple months ago, and I called Josh at 2 a.m.
He did.
Like, guess what? I just drove.
Just drove Leon Spinks.
I knew he
He's
was
in-
going to be awake.
But he's in bad shape.
He's in really bad
Like,
shape.
that was literally he like
he
went
could
from
barely
so
talk. I'm
excited to
bro,
like
but
shut down in like the same breath.
I'm like, he was a happy guy, but he just can't really talk anymore.
Oh, that's so
Aw.
sad.
Yeah, but hey, he could
Did you
smile.
Did you pull up Calvin Booth? So Quan
I'm
can
looking
see him?
for him
Yeah, I
on
need
the
to see
list.
Calvin Booth.
Calvin
Another
Booth
one
is
we
up
got, and this is definitely one. But I don't really blame this guy for looking how he looks because he's from a different planet. He Sam Cassell.
Yeah. Sam Cassell.
Listen, when they draw the pictures of the aliens, it looks exactly like Sam Cassell when people are like, I got abducted by an alien. Oh yeah, Calvin Booth is.
Let me see.
I mean,
he's 43 on this list. Ovechkin's 42.
oh, is that like the ugly list?
See,
Yes.
and that's not even a that's a
not
good
even-
that's a good Calvin Booth
That's
picture
his
right
good
there.
side.
That right there actually was fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to pull up the one where it looked like he got a slight touch of Down syndrome. There's those in
Wow.
there as well.
Josh is so mean today.
We had one Tony Dungy.
No.
No, Tony's
He's
not
just
bad.
old.
No,
Yeah,
but Tony,
even
Tony's
now.
not ugly.
No. And he's so smart that it just.
Yeah, and he's a sweet guy. He believes in the
Yeah.
Lord. Come
Listen,
on,
we're
man.
not talking about personalities, Josh.
It helps. That helps. Like Tyrone Hill, no personality.
So
Doesn't
when you're
help
on
your case.
when you're on Tinder,
Yep.
Yep.
when you're swiping, are you like she might have a nice personality?
No.
And I don't know what way do you swipe when you want.
Left.
Is left.
Okay,
You know.
I don't. I've
don't
never been
play.
on Tinder.
Oh gosh.
I'm on Lyft.
I'm on.
On Tinder though,
I was calling
So-
I
hot
think it's
juicy
more
this
of a
week, by
thing
the
for
way.
girls than guys.
every now and again
Yeah.
you might, if they're on the cusp, there are cuspings.
Yeah.
If it's on the cusp, you read, and if it's on the cusp and you ain't got no bio, swipe left. But if you're on the cusp and you're funny, you're witty, you might have a good personality. Sometimes people get clemency con. Look, go ahead and give her a little love.
Well, and you kind of look
Immediate.
at it this way too.
You've been matched. Dang. Nah, I gotta say something.
You can always say no later. That's kind of the attitude you take. We're like, maybe.
We got a Bartolo Colon.
No, I mean he's big sexy. That's his nickname. His nickname is Big
There's
Sexy.
nothing sexy about Bartolo Colon.
Just big.
He's very talented. How does it feel on the other side though? Because with female athletes, you talked about Serena Williams'
Yeah, like Serena
parts the other day.
Serena is cute. She's all right.
Yeah, I don't want to get into female athletes. Well,
Oh,
I
it's
feel-
not
I feel-
fair game.
It's
No,
not.
it's more.
I
No,
don't
it's
think
more
it is.
fun this
No.
way because that's how
See?
normally how female athletes are always
See?
assessed. So
I'll-
it's like we
I'll let,
flip the script a little.
All right, well, okay. Who's like your favorite women's soccer player right now?
Don't ask me stuff like
Alex
that.
Morgan.
No, well, see, Sydney is my girl.
I want to say
Oh.
Hope Solo just to make somebody mad.
No, but
You
Hope,
know what?
I
She was just,
I find Hope very cute.
Yeah, Hope's very pretty. She was just acquitted this week.
Good.
Like finally, it's over. It's done.
And she's still bashing the U.S. Like she's like, we don't deserve the World Cup. I was like, Hope, no, girl, you're messing up the money. They will kill you. Like,
Listen, we
don't do this.
should have our friend Sarah call in and tell us about Hope Solo because she's not a fan at all.
Oh no, me and Sarah were literally just talking about
Yeah.
Hope at the game, and I was like, no, like, come on, you leave Hope alone. She's like, no, but like Sarah's like, Sarah and I had an understanding on it. Basically, it was like they used her up until she ran her course of usefulness, and then
Yeah.
they dropped her immediately. Once we got the World Cup, like they weren't pulling that nonsense in the World Cup
Yep.
year. Like, and Hope was still saying some flagrant stuff.
Yeah.
Like she always has been crazy. But like it was like once she got the title, it was like, go ahead, go,
Bye.
yeah,
Yeah.
give me one more again, and you gonna be out this door, and that's what happened.
And we have a few more on this list.
The guy on the screen. behind Josh.
Manik Ballet or
Okay.
something like that. You played in the 80s NBA. Albert, that's Manute Bol. Bro, that's Manute Bol.
Mhm.
And you spelled everything wrong. We got a Tyrone Hill, which obviously he's
Tyrone.
definitely top 5.
Tyrone for sure.
My boy Tony Hope looks good AF. We don't know what AF means, Tony. We do.
we
Yeah,
do
we
it.
do.
Tyronn Lue.
Tracy definitely does.
Ty Lue, I don't get.
I don't know about
it.
Ty
You
Lue.
know
I-
what?
Tyronn Lue's not ugly.
Nah.
He just looks dumbfounded all the time, but that doesn't make a man ugly.
Yeah.
No, I can't say anything.
Yeah. Tracy is on the inside on that situation.
Oh.
No,
okay.
he's not. Cuddles.
But-
all right.
Yeah.
So, if you have any more, you could,
Andrew Luck.
keep listing them.
I mean, he's on the screen, but like,
Ooh, Andrew Luck.
No, if you're going to talk about Colts quarterbacks, you got to throw Peyton Manning in there because
But see,
but Peyton
Peyton,
Manning
had to
still
get
looks like a human. Andrew Luck
personality.
no,
looks like
he had
a
to get an
kid.
extra level to his helmet just to fit on his head.
Personality. See what I'm
Personality
saying?
helps.
The
Listen, that dude
personality.
has the biggest forehead of any forehead.
He does, and they fried him on the ESPYS that
Remember
one
those-
year.
Remember those old Geico commercials, the caveman Geico commercials?
Yes.
Yeah, Andrew Luck could have gone on those commercials with no makeup.
Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh.
I always thought
Great
Andrew Luck was-
quarterback.
well, and the all shucks doesn't help him very much.
No.
Like if he had any resemblance of a personality, he'd probably be all right.
Megan said Chris Bosh looks like an insect.
Yep.
Yep.
No.
John said Chris Kamen.
Was Megan my sister said
Chris
Yeah.
Bosh?
Chris
I love you, Megan.
Chris Kamen wasn't terrible.
He just had the homeless beard.
Yeah, he
I
was
don't-
just
I don't think
unfortunate. He was unfortunate, but
yeah.
I don't know if I'd go super ugly.
You know what's
Again,
crazy is most people are naming like NBA players.
because we see their face.
You see their face.
You say their face is more,
Football
and
players
also,
you don't see as much.
the height doesn't help.
That's true.
It doesn't help.
Yeah.
There's
Really?
a point where
It's the point where it's too
too
tall.
It's too tall. Like,
That's how I feel about girls over 5'7".
5'7"?
I don't like
but
tall
you're
girls.
but you're not a super tall guy.
No, I'm 5'10". It's like when
Yeah,
you're watching
5'7".
Netflix, you don't want a girl holding you. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be 5'7" or below, and not 4'9" either. Then it's like, you could be my kid. I don't care if you're 45. You're 4
tough.
foot. You're 4'10".
I blame myself for where this conversation is.
It's tough.
It is your fault,
It's
Tracy.
it's a tough situation. So are we going to talk about different female athletes that we think are pretty? Or are you just?
Oh,
I'm
go
telling
ahead,
you,
go ahead.
Google Alex Morgan. here.
Two more minutes.
Oh no, I know what Alex Morgan looks like. I don't. That's
Alex
devoted.
Morgan.
That's devoted to memory.
Yeah.
Uh, Sydney LaRue.
The body issue probably helped.
Well, it doesn't hurt. I actually think Megan Rapinoe is really cute.
She is cute.
Kristen Press is I love Kristen Press.
Nobody's ever heard of this person. If you're on Google, Sage Erickson. She's a professional surfer.
Oh, I think I know
Okay.
who you're talking about. She was in the body issue too, right?
Yes,
the only
she
surfer I
was.
know is the one with no arm.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
I saw the movie.
That's still
My
solid.
my man Mark, he said my wife is 6 foot. So
Yeah, that's.
There's
I mean,
some
but bro,
very
you're
pretty-
taller.
But
I'm 5'10".
How tall is he?
I think he's Mark. What are you? 6'2"?
That's not tall enough.
Whoa,
That's
that's
tall
his
enough?
wife, bro.
No, that's like a
So what do
6-footer?
you want them to do?
Like
Should
no,
he wear
no, well,
should
see,
he wear platform?
No, see, because I love
With
heels.
goldfish.
I love
Goldfish.
heels. So 5'9" always was like deal no deal. Like
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? Like that was always a little
You're
like
telling me the perfect girl walked in here, like handmade for you, that would put up with all of your nonsense.
Wait,
Because you have a
Oh,
lot of
wow.
nonsense, but she was the same height as you. You'd be like, nope.
same height.
Yeah.
Jesus,
I can't do same height.
Same height. That's tough. That's tough.
This is the struggle that I have being
No.
somewhat tall.
No.
How
same-
tall are you?
No, like
5'7" and a half.
Yeah,
Oh,
see,
yeah.
not too bad.
Half too
See,
tall.
you can that half inch got you.
That half messed up everything.
But
No,
my ex was the same height as me. One of my exes.
that's
That's
yeah.
too short for
I
dude.
couldn't do it.
My
It wasn't a
ex-
problem
no,
I
I'm
had.
not gonna
He
say
had a
that.
problem with it.
But see, you don't like heels.
nah, not really.
See, so it does. So you're
Walk
tall.
like a giraffe.
Yeah,
and I'm-
your tall doesn't affect. See, I like heels. So like, if the girl likes to wear heels too, and she's 5'9" 5'10", I have a complex.
Anyway.
I'm glad you
walk
admit
into a
it's your
room.
issue and not her.
Oh yeah,
height.
no, it's not her issue. But I'm sure I'm probably too short.
Can we talk about cap space real quick?
real
This is my
quick.
excitement.
Then we got to get to the
Okay.
NBA. Go ahead.
We got 26 million in cap space, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got, and
We've
that's a
got
lot.
it.
That's a
Here's-
lot of cap
But
space.
That's a
how
lot
many
of cap space.
how many free agents? So that's the real.
We've got one more free agent than you, but I really think I'm just saying.
She tried
you
to
guys know,
throw that
you
out
know
there.
that
But some of them are
Smith, you
signable.
guys
We're gonna
have-
lose some
yeah.
people that aren't that big of a deal, and maybe one or two that are a big deal, like
I'm
maybe
gonna
James
be-
Neal.
I know that's the one that's going to hurt. I think we're
Yeah.
going to lose James Neal, but I think we signed William Karlsson. I think David Perron just posted this morning. He's like, I can't wait to see you guys next year. Talking about Vegas fans.
Oh, don't go there.
Um,
That stuff means nothing.
Yeah.
I know, but I
In the
just have
negotiations.
noticed.
Kevin Durant said that to Oklahoma City
Yeah, he
fans.
sure did. And then
It just
the-
gave
the
me a glimmer
departure.
of hope because I want Perron. Yeah, we've
Isn't
got
it
to sign
Perron?
Perron. Yes, you're right.
Good
We've
job.
got to sign William Karlsson. I think we'll sign.
Yeah,
William
we'll
Karlsson.
sign Willie.
I would love to sign James Neal, Shea Theodore, Colin Miller, and Thomas Nosek. But none of those guys. I don't know. How do you pay Colin Miller over $5 million a year? You don't.
Yeah.
No.
He lived
I
in
like-
the
I
penalty
like
box against
Theodore.
you guys. I like
I
Theodore.
like
too.
Theodore a
No
lot.
sec.
Nosek, we've got.
But
to sign.
he's a fourth liner, right? He was like on your fourth line.
Yeah, but our fourth line was like that was the
Gangster.
only saving grace in that entire series.
It was.
Yeah, Nosek, and then you guys have to sign Smith, Pelly,
Yeah.
Beagle, Wilson, Carlson,
Well, wait. All right.
Kempney, and Grubauer.
No, okay. All right. No. But see, Groovy, we're probably gonna trade
That makes sense. You guys have 3
because
goalies.
and we have goalies that are in the
up and
minors.
coming. Yeah.
Yeah. And if Holtby is Holtby, we're fine. Just continue to flip that for a pick. DSP, like I said, he's like a 900,000 a year kind of guy. He's not getting much more than that.
Yeah.
It's just not.
And yo,
you said Tom Wilson is a.
You guys, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You guys have Wilson and Carlson and Beagle.
I hope he goes somewhere really bad.
With 11 million.
Jay Beagle
go somewhere really bad.
Jay Beagle, we need to re-sign just because he's a good player. He's a great center on that line. He's a huge penalty killer for us, and he's our best face-off guy. And
so he's like probably 3-4. You think?
No.
Gosh, they don't make any money.
Around 1 to 2. He's around 1 to 2. That's why I was like, we really can make that work. Truthfully, Carlson
has to be your priority.
Carlson is like 6. He deserves about
Carlson's
6.
both of our priorities.
Yeah.
Different ones.
We have to bring back John because we let
they talked about the Knights maybe trying to get John and
I know.
Eric.
I know. I heard that and I immediately did not like it.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind taking one of your
George at the
favorite
helm
players.
helps us with Capitals players because he drafted
No,
all the Capitals players.
He did.
So
give him GM of the year just for that.
Right? Like every dude on the ice when you realized I'm
almost.
And I heard, and Josh, you could probably attest to this. I heard he doesn't like to spend money though.
Who?
McPhee.
No.
Like he's very frugal. He doesn't just go out to get the big money free agent. He'd rather just build.
No,
kind of how he did.
That's not true. We had some horrible deals and trades. Oh, don't worry.
Okay.
That other shoe will drop. Freaking Philip Forsberg that you didn't. No, you guys didn't have to play the Preds, right? Yeah, he was our first round draft pick.
Okay.
And we flipped him for a bag of beans, and he is now like he's as good as Yevgeny Kuznetsov, and they should both be on the team right now.
Yeah.
And we gave him for I think it was Mike Ribeiro, and Mike was on our team literally for 2 months and was hot trash juice. So
hot trash juice.
Yeah.
Wow. I love you.
Yo, if you want to call in, give us your input. We're about to get in the NBA. Hit us up 702-608-3259. Michelle, World Cup, we'll be talking about that on Thursday. A lot. Way too much.
Yes.
Where the camera probably won't even be on me.
Nope.
For that whole half hour of World Cup.
The World Cup.
And I hope I get excited for it. I'm not right now.
Quan is just
listen.
Basketball season.
If this
over.
Portugal, no, I'm. You know I like the off season better than the regular season, right?
I know.
Especially when Lakers got max cap space for 2 players. So we're gonna talk about that in a little bit.
Oh boy.
All right. Listen, if people hated the Laker fandom this year, just imagine if we get some players. But anyways. I love being able to steal super popular theme music. When our podcast gets too popular, we'll never be able to play that again.
Nope.
But
enjoy your moment.
Right now, when we have all 4 of you listening live, we can play it. NBA season is over and just beginning at the same time. We're going to talk about the NBA Finals, one of the most boring NBA Finals since 2007 when LeBron got swept the first time.
Thank you.
A couple good games, a couple exciting things happening. Obviously, Game 1 was a classic game for the gameplay and for the blunders and for bad refereeing. So that game is going to go down in history. I think that's a game we'll see in this series. I don't think we'll see any other games. Steph Curry had a horrible Game 3. A lot of people are mad that he didn't win the MVP.
He deserved it.
But listen, you cannot give. He had one of the worst games ever for an All-Star in a finals game.
But he had.
If it was more than a 4-game series, he would have won it. But having a game that bad, I just don't think you can give it to him. When Kevin Durant, at least his bad games were still cool, and then he had that Game 3 where he just took over in a game where Cavs were up at the end.
He was definitely a big part, but Steph's Game 3, you still have to remember he hit that go-ahead 3 in the last minute of the game, and he hadn't hit anything the whole game, and then he hit the 3 that basically pushed them over at the end.
Went up by 6, I think, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't it go back to, too, maybe this is unfair, but we look at, and he's evolved as a player, too, and I'll acknowledge that.
Steph?
But, KD.
Oh, okay.
But Steph Curry makes KD better.
Oh, definitely. I mean, he takes a lot of pressure off him. It's not like
takes so
Westbrook,
much-
where Westbrook wanted the ball all the time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like Steph is the perfect complement for Kevin Durant.
He has no problem passing.
I don't know
At
who
all.
the perfect compliment for Russell Westbrook would be.
I don't think there is.
No,
No.
good shooters. If Russell Westbrook was on a team full of just knockdown shooters all over the floor, that team would be very I don't feel that.
I mean,
Russell,
if he had Steph, he might be doing the same
Like
thing.
a Klay
but
Thompson.
I don't.
Klay,
sure,
definitely.
But I don't feel like he my whole thing is I don't feel like he really needs another all-star. He just needs champion role players, and if he had champion role players around him, just look at AI. Like when AI won.
Yeah.
He didn't have any real great players. He just had champions in their roles all around him.
Yep.
He had a defensive specialist over here. He had a point guard that would take the pressure off him and get him the ball when he needed it. He had a do everything small forward in George Lynch. At
the same time, AI was unconscious in that playoffs.
But just in terms of their team, you can get away with having one star if your star is just that polarizing, where it's like if Russell's just gonna go out and give you a triple-double every night.
But I don't think in today's NBA that necessarily is true, except for LeBron, which he still has Kevin Love, who was an all-star this year.
Yeah.
But I don't think someone like Russ can run a whole team to the conference finals. I don't think it's the same way.
He already proved he could.
Yeah,
he lost to a rookie in the first round.
definitely. And everyone's saying J.R. Smith was the MVP.
MVP
For the Warriors. Yes, he was.
And listen, he's
MVP.
definitely the MVP of memes because I still see some J.R. Smith memes a week and a half later, and it's hilarious.
My one
There's some
where
good
he
ones.
was picking up the Hennessy at the liquor store was the best
Yeah.
one. That one was amazing.
Is J.R. Smith still under contract with the Cavs?
Mm-mm.
Wouldn't it
Yeah.
be funny?
Oh yeah, he is.
Yes, he
is.
is. I was like, he signed like a 4 or 5 year deal. They're saddled to that. They can't move. They can't move him. They can't really move Kevin. I mean, Kevin Love's about the only thing they can move.
They can move him.
But like everybody
he has
else,
2 years left.
Tristan Thompson, they can't move.
Yeah.
Like those are bricks. Like
Yep.
I'm just imagining in my brain like J.R. Smith following LeBron, be like, "Hey, buddy."
Listen, and if
Wherever he
LeBron let him
goes.
do that, I would think there's something really suspect between them two. Real talk.
yeah,
Real talk. If he let,
They're special.
definitely.
you can't even contemplate it.
Not
that
at
far.
all.
You're like, no.
Does he have a twinkle in his eye though?
Some people have the twinkle. We didn't talk
Carried
about.
over.
Yeah, I was about to
We're
say
not
we
talking
didn't
about
talk
the
about that on air.
No, we're not gonna talk about that.
There
on
you
air.
go. There you go. All right. I was like, don't you back me into that trap. Look,
That's all I know how to do.
Come in, please, won't you?
And listen, like
How to get your show
I
canceled.
I feel like
36
this game
seconds.
and series was so boring. Even when the Warriors won, they didn't even look excited. It was just like, okay, we did what we had to do.
Yeah.
Like the season's done. They got excited afterwards, probably like 10 or 20 minutes later.
It was
but
almost
there wasn't
forced-
like
it was
that on
almost
the
forced
court. It's like,
excitement.
oh, cool. Like
Yeah, they're not celebrating.
show's
like
over.
Obi.
You know what I'm saying?
They blew them out by 20 again. Like
And then the funny thing, even
tough.
after that, people weren't even talking about the Warriors being the champions. They're talking about LeBron still. They're talking about the broken hand. LeBron's broken hand. Let's talk about this.
LeBron.
Listen, I like LeBron. I want to like LeBron even more, and I might next year. I want
when he's a Laker.
when he's a Laker. But he does these things
Or a Celtic.
that, listen,
Please no.
and I'm not going to, Jordan wouldn't do this.
No.
Kobe wouldn't do this.
No, he wouldn't.
I mean, Kobe played with broken fingers for a whole season and won a championship.
Right.
Kobe went back to the free throw line with a torn
With
with
a
a torn Achilles.
Like torn.
I mean-
like,
Yes, he
like
did.
popped
I mean-
off, like not connected.
Yes, he did.
Not just ripped.
And hit them both.
And
It
it's
hit
the
him both.
way he came out with it that's so that's so LeBron. You
It
know?
was
and
so LeBron. And listen, Brian Windhorst, all of a sudden, like 10 minutes after the game's over, the big story is LeBron was playing with a broken hand. It's like
10
Windhorst. Like,
minutes.
this dude only has a job because of LeBron.
Right.
Pretty much.
So frustrating.
it leaked. How'd that leak? Listen, if he's been icing his hand every game,
That would have leaked.
there's reporters in the locker room.
Yep.
They're going to see that.
Right.
One of the players is
You
going to
wouldn't be
leak
doing
that.
push-ups before game 2.
In
in the
game 2, a
locker
video
room.
comes out that he's
so
doing
cool.
push-ups. You know what I'm saying? So,
Strangely, what it reminded me of. Do you remember the different sport, but Seahawks Patriots a couple years ago? Seahawks lost the Super Bowl to the Patriots a
Yeah.
couple years ago. Cam Chancellor was playing that game with a torn MCL.
yeah.
Yep. Sure
Yeah.
was.
He didn't go 10 minutes after they lost and go, oh, well, Richard
ACL
Sherman.
was torn.
Right. Richard Sherman, Earl Thomas, and Cam Chancellor were all injured, but Cam Chancellor knew he was injured going into the game. He wasn't like, oh, 10 minutes later, well, I was playing with an MCL tear. No.
And the thing is, like, in June, everyone's hurt.
Right.
Everyone has some
Yes.
kind of injury. So
Yes.
But LeBron's special.
he is. And, I mean, and he just comes out with a black cast. It was like, dude, you had to leak that news.
Right.
Because it was 10 minutes later that after the news was leaked that LeBron had his press conference.
Mhm.
Oh, you guys want to look at the cast? You guys just want... Yes, LeBron, we know, like, you're holding the cast up. You're letting people see
Bless
it.
you.
You're letting people know. And, even when he left after game 1, right? He had already punched the blackboard or the black player, JR. So he left and he pointed with that hand. You got to do better, Mark Schwartz. Do better. He pointed with that hand. So your hand was fine enough. Well, your hand was fine. That was a lot.
Fountain.
That was like, woo. It looked like a Bellagio out of my mouth for a second. Your hand was good enough to point and call someone out. But in game 4, all of a sudden, you're in a cast, bro. You're in a cast. And
It goes back to my complaint about him all along is that he is a baby.
I'm just glad you guys got a chance to get a taste of the trolls that hit my page.
oh gosh,
Such a baby.
some
'Cause
of
I
your
didn't-
people. Hey, bro,
I
I thought
didn't
my
even-
people were crazy.
I
People
didn't
on your
even-
Facebook.com. Are
I didn't
psycho,
even come for him like that. I just was like, yeah, broken hands, huh? All right then.
And listen, my
Sure,
gripe
that is
with
an
LeBron
excuse.
and people that call me a LeBron hater. I'm not a hater. I love his game. Like, dude could play. I hate when he looks like he gets shot every single game.
Mhm.
When most of the time he doesn't get hit, and then when he finally does get hit, I think in game 1 or 2. What game was it when he?
Got poked in the
Yeah.
eye.
I think that was game 1.
I think that was 2.
2 maybe.
I think
Yeah.
that was 2. Because
Yeah.
he got poked in the
No,
eye
it's the end of
before.
one, right?
Well, he got poked in the eye a couple times, but the
Yeah.
one that like
Made his eye
exploded
all bloody, yeah.
exploded his eye
Right.
was I believe that was game 2.
And you should have had a cast on your eye. We didn't want to keep seeing that. Like,
Right.
put a patch on, bro. Like, be a pirate. Do something. But
Be a
Don't
sweaty
come here
pirate.
looking like The Walking Dead. We want you to be Pirates of the Caribbean.
exactly. But I felt like that was his mark. Like, see, guys, I do get hurt.
Yeah. And it
shows
didn't
in
get
my-
ca- and it didn't
shows
get
in the
called.
white of my eye.
This is why I was telling you about this a little bit before, but I want Josh's input. I said something about LeBron being soft, for
Mhm.
lack of a better word.
Okay.
And we were talking about him compared to, like, if you took LeBron and, like, teleported him, or I guess that's not the right word, but whatever, to, like, Lakers Celtics in the late 80s,
Yeah.
he could not hang. He could adjust if he was there, if he was living in that space,
Yep.
but there's no way he could hang.
No. Not like it's so crazy because I was watching the like I forget what I was watching. I think I was watching like BJ Armstrong,
Mhm.
talking about both. And then the next video, how it's YouTube always sucks you into the next like
Right.
5 videos. And so the next video was like Jordan game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals, and I believe it was 89.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Versus the Pistons, and forcing overtime and all that stuff. And the fouls with him going to the paint,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
it's
different
a different game because there were no flagrant fouls. So like
Right.
you literally could go to the paint and get cracked.
Yeah.
And
But then
go
the
make your
argument
free
on the
throws.
other side, LeBron's a big dude. So if
He
you
is.
hit that dude enough, he's going to get pissed.
Mhm.
Same thing with Shaq. Like, if you try to do that to Shaq, or if Shaq could hit like that,
Mhm.
Yeah.
if he could hit, if he was a Piston back in the 80s,
That's
there'd be
dangerous.
there'd be a dead Jordan. There'd be a dead Jordan meme
Yeah.
instead of a crying Jordan meme.
Right. And when I say he couldn't hang, I don't mean that he wouldn't. Like, he's still LeBron James.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like, oh, he wouldn't score any points or anything. It
He
just-
would have to get tougher. I mean, obviously.
He would have to get
yeah.
so much. He's not
Well,
that tough.
mentally tougher.
Yeah.
I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel like he
Oh, against
like he's
Pistons too. It's such a good point.
he's
There's no way.
he's a very great player, but I just feel like I feel like he cops out a lot.
Yeah, but
Like-
that's the league he's in. He's adapted so well to the league that he's in right now.
He's perfectly. I always tell people he is perfectly suited for today's NBA.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because he's one of the few bullies that are left, and there's no other bullies. So you can what I mean, like I know we've used this analogy with Trump. It's all fun and games with anti-bullying and all that stuff until a real bully shows up, and now we've taken away all these other bullies.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And we don't know what to do with him. It's very similar. Like there's no bigs in the league. There's no touching in the league. So when players are being touched, everything's a foul. Everything is a federal case. It's a different NBA.
Yo, if you want to call in and give us your opinion, hit us up 702-608-3259. If you're listening on the podcast, you can call too. Give us your opinion on what we're talking about with LeBron. Could he last in the 80s? I think he could. Like I said, everything's an adjustment. When you're playing in the league you're playing in, you're going to be soft because that's the league you're playing in. But at the same time, everybody in the NBA grew up playing somewhat in the playground.
Yeah.
And
we're not calling that foul.
And you had to, you had to get hit. Foul. You had to be tough to even get to where you're at right now. So, but you're right. I mean, my biggest thing, LeBron is a great player. He's definitely the greatest in today's game right now. Top 5 of all time, behind a whole bunch of Lakers and Jordan. And
it's true though.
But at the same time, like my biggest thing is like they hyped him up too much to be better than Jordan like 5 or 6 years ago. Yeah, right now he's in the conversation. 5 or 6 years ago,
there was no conversation.
He wasn't even better than Kobe at that time.
And people
that was my gripe.
Do you feel he's better than Kobe?
I mean, I like Kobe's game better, but obviously he is. I mean, all around, he does a lot more. The killer instinct, listen, the killer instinct is a big deal that won't be shown on stats. Yeah. So what Jordan and Kobe had with that, I would take them any day over any other player because of that. I would even, I mean, I'm being a fan. I would take Magic over LeBron because of his winning killer instinct and actually making players better. All these people that say LeBron makes players better.
He does not.
There's a couple he does when they're homies, but he makes their pockets better. He doesn't necessarily make their games better.
Yeah.
He had another all-star that he wasn't making better. Someone like Magic Johnson is making Kevin Love look like a superstar.
Yeah.
And that's the difference with these players. LeBron is great.
Excuse me. Magic made Kurt Rambis look like a superstar.
I mean, he made AC Green an all-star. The fans kind of did that too.
You can end the conversation right there.
Yeah.
It can end right there.
Exactly. But listen, I love LeBron's game. This was my favorite season watching LeBron. Mm-hmm. His 15th season, this was his best season by far.
He had a lot of
regular season and playoffs. I mean, taking this team that really had no business being in the finals, even with LeBron.
Yeah.
Even with LeBron playing out of his mind, they still shouldn't have beat Indiana.
Yeah, they still had no business.
They shouldn't have swept Toronto. He's in Toronto's head. He got their coach fired.
And they definitely shouldn't have beaten Boston.
Yeah, who did he just go to? I forgot.
Who?
Dwayne Casey.
Dwayne Casey.
He just got picked up by Detroit. And then Toronto rushed because, like, wait, our coach just got hired. We don't even have a coach after we fired our coach, and he got hired right away. And so they went and just hired their assistant. Mm-hmm. So that's Toronto for you.
So New York got Fizz,
which was the best pickup, I think.
Yeah. Detroit got Casey. Toronto got what's his name?
Something Nurse.
Nick
Nurse.
And then who else is what other coaching jobs were available right now?
Milwaukee was
Budenholzer
from
Budenholzer. Yeah.
And Michelle said Magic could make me look like a superstar.
Yeah, that
Michelle,
is
you look like a superstar already, especially in the pictures with a Laker jersey on.
What openings are there?
I'm gonna need you to stop finding friends off my page.
No, she added me, bro. Michelle added me.
What NBA?
She's wearing a Laker jersey.
Look,
she's wearing a Laker jersey.
Quan
Josh
will get on me like, oh yeah, you got all these chicks, but then I look up and then. Man, me and Quad's little mutual friends just keeps climbing. What is going on?
I mean, I only get on you those mutual friends that have like 18 total friends, and like they friend request me, and it's like Josh is one of the mutual friends. I'm like, visit my site here for more pics, guys. And I'm like, Josh, how do you fall for these ones?
Joshua.
No.
Do you accept people?
I look at every profile.
Oh, sure.
I look at every profile.
Oh, sure. But there's a lot of people that are in the holding pen. There's still a lot of people. there's still a lot of people.
I just delete them.
Yeah, let's not act like there's not people that are being that are being kept at bay.
I do not have
Michelle many. Michelle just hit up my page. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Michelle. You are famous
funny.
today on. We made you a superstar on Unnamed Sports Show.
That is too
The Unnamed Superstar.
That is
There you
too
go.
funny.
All right. The big question that everybody wants to know, that everybody's going to be talking about the next few weeks.
Will someone hire Becky Hammond?
Will someone
Oh.
hire Becky Hammond?
Yeah.
And Dave said he had a theory or an opinion on that, so I kind of want to know that.
Are
We'll
you
probably
gonna
get
read?
that Thursday
Are you gonna
from him.
read the soliloquy that he
Wait, were
posted?
you?
I didn't
You were
even see
gonna
it.
say, "Where's LeBron going?"
Let me see
Exactly.
if. Hold on. Let me see if. Okay.
But Josh is going all in.
Okay. All right. Do you? I can read what Dave wrote.
Okay, I didn't even see it. I was
All right.
sleeping. I was napping on that couch.
Because I said my thing was because Dave said I have a theory for why she's not getting a real shot, and then I said outside of the fact that she's a woman.
That's a pretty good theory.
That's a pretty good theory right there. He said, I think it's that, but it's a bit deeper. Think about if you're Toronto, you fired Casey, who might win Coach of the Year. You got turned down by everyone else, so you went with your assistant. Now, if you hire Hammond, you have to give her a real shot. Idiots will hate it, but more progressive fans will be watching you like a hawk to ensure that she gets a fair shake. That means she is not taking the blame for pre-existing problems. She shouldn't be anyway. But that's something that most first-time coaches just have to eat. So for a polarizing guy like Ujiri, the GM for Toronto, it is just a no-win situation. She keeps them in a good place, and she gets all the praise. They tank, and it's because you didn't give her the tools to work with. And then he said, Nurse is said to be a great coaching prospect and a forward thinker, but I think he's taking a no-win job. That being said, there are only 30 of those jobs available, so you take what you can get.
And listen, with him, I feel like he already knows the team. And obviously, when you hire an assistant coach, most of the time, the players like him, and that's why you're hiring him.
Yeah.
You know, to kind of appease the players that might have liked him. But
Who
who knows what's going to happen in Toronto? I mean, you know, they're putting everyone on the block.
Yeah.
So.
I said Budenholzer should have went there. I thought that would have been a great spot. But, I mean, he did end up with, a potential MVP-type player in Giannis. And
you take Giannis over, Toronto's backcourt.
I think you do, but
I think Milwaukee has a way brighter future than Toronto. Toronto's at their peak. They're not going up. They're not going up from here.
Well, but put it this way. If Toronto, okay.
Anyways, why are we talking about Toronto?
No, because I mean it's
all right. Well, hurry
point.
up. Let's run this. Let's run this because we got LeBron to talk about.
For Toronto, if LeBron does move on to the West,
when he does,
now who's in their way outside of Boston and Philly? You're still a very good team, so you are in a solid position.
I mean, I might put Indiana over Toronto.
No, not yet.
I don't know.
But Toronto, like I said before, Toronto just doesn't have it. And
that's the problem. That's why they're not going anywhere.
But if you do get a good coach, Budenholzer has shown that he can work with stars.
Yeah.
So,
anyways, call us up. We want you to answer this question. You can answer it on Facebook Live. You can call us up, leave a voicemail if you're listening to the podcast. But we want you to call now, 702-608-3259. The question of the day: where is LeBron James going to play next year? There's a lot of theories out there. It's starting to make a lot more sense in other places that people are trying to throw him with it. It's like, wait, they don't really have any cap space. They don't really have players to trade. Staying in Cleveland, a lot of people kept saying that was an option.
I told you.
People looking at it now, it's not really an option for him unless he just doesn't care to win or do anything different. I feel like he's frustrated. I don't feel like I feel like Cleveland's the bottom of the list as far as any of his possibilities now.
The money. I mean, I know he doesn't need the money, but if it's a bad situation almost everywhere else, like outside of Houston, but again, Houston, if they pick up LeBron, you lose all your depth. These are the things that happen when you build these super teams. You lose all your depth. The reason that Golden State is because all of their veterans are just ring hunting. So they're all basically just like, I'm cool getting, chips. I'm fine.
And as long as they have their core, they're going to have veterans come in for the minimum every year.
They're going to be fine. Whereas
but you're going to see a different bench
teams,
every year too, so don't get too attached to.
But their little core bench has kind of been the core bench for 4 years now.
2 of their players. You have Livingston and
Livingston,
Iguodala, which Iguodala starts a lot too. Though that's pretty much it.
Well, McGee's been there now 2 years.
Yeah, that's not. I wouldn't call that. I wouldn't call that a core because you got to think the core is like the whole 4 years.
But I'm trying to think who else has been there on their bench for 4.
Nobody.
Well, but see, a lot of it too is they've been drafting well. They've been drafting young players to basically be that bench. And
they got Jordan Bell. They got McCaw.
Yep, McCaw. And then I feel like they have
who didn't really play that much.
Well, because he was still, he had a spinal injury.
Oh yeah, that's right. Forgot about that.
But
I mean, so where do you think LeBron's going to go? And I know you've thrown it out there, and you're going to lose a bet and have to do 100 push-ups on the show that LeBron's going to retire for a season.
Oh, I want to see that. 100. I want to see 100 push-ups with a broken LeBron hand.
Not.
Oh, you got to do that with one hand.
You're definitely not getting any Rocky push-ups for 100.
And listen,
I can give you about 5 of those.
I accepted Josh's plea to do 25 every half hour.
Better start practicing.
He doesn't have to do all 100 at once. It's going to be 25 every half hour.
I can knock out 25 in an hour. That's no problem.
Yeah.
Half hour, buddy.
But that's fine. But yeah. And what was your side of it?
Like, do you really think that's a possibility?
What was your side though? That's right. Push-ups forever.
On demand.
Because
I'm so confident that LeBron is not retiring this year.
On command.
There's nothing I would do for that.
On command. Like these are down up push-ups, not even like go ahead and just knock them out at your own free will. This is down.
That's fine. I'm good with that. And you know why I'm good with that? Because if it does happen, like I need to do push-ups anyways.
That's all right. We're gonna blow this all up.
But listen, there's no way LeBron's retiring this summer. There's no way.
JR might have pushed him over the edge. Just Josh's theory. That might have been the final straw.
And hey, if he does, I got push-ups for life. I mean, is there like an age limit? If I'm 90 in a wheelchair, bro.
Didn't you hear me say forever?
Forever.
This is in perpetuity. I just did contractual terms. I want these in writing forever.
All right.
Oh my goodness.
Where do you think likely is going to go? Because what Lakers have? What did it say? 70 million.
Lakers have a lot of cap space. They have young players.
70 million.
70 million.
How? Like?
Well,
how
that's
is
the
that
potential.
possible?
That's the potential moving.
That's the potential thing.
Stretching Ding's contract.
My Wizards have like $30 in a pack of bubble gum right now available.
I mean, some teams are smart, some teams are not smart.
I just don't get it.
Wait, you're shocked Washington D.C. overspent on something? Tell me more.
But it's not even overspent. It's just like
you just don't have any room.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like I just don't get it.
Yeah.
it's hard to comprehend.
Well, listen, I really do think like money wise and even Dwayne Wade coming out saying like his family, it's more of a lifestyle. It's not really ring chasing per se this time. Dwayne Wade was saying it's going to be like a lifestyle and family decision.
Is he a free agent again?
Who?
Dwayne Wade.
No, I'm talking about Dwayne Wade's talking about LeBron. And Dwayne Wade is a free agent. But no, he's talking about LeBron. They asked him about LeBron in an interview yesterday. Okay. And that's what he was saying about LeBron. Now, that's telling me that a family thing and a lifestyle thing would be maybe stay in Cleveland. But I don't think that's the deal. They live in L.A. already in the summer. His son is playing basketball. Obviously, there's going to be better schools and better competition and better growth living in California than being in Cleveland for him trying to be a prospect and LeBron trying to play with him in 5 years in the NBA, 5 or 6 years. I really think, and I had the fandom idea of it all year of LeBron going to LA, which isn't still my ideal situation would be Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. But I'm not dumb. I'm not going to complain if LeBron comes because that guarantees us getting in the playoffs every year that he's there. I really do think
unless he starts snapping things. You're at the age.
I mean, of course, if he gets hurt, that's
at that age now.
We got a caller live on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? They hung up. All right.
Oh, I was hoping it was Desiree so we could talk about LeBron going to the 76ers, which is
she talked about that earlier on the feed.
Yeah.
I hear her.
But I really think just with the money, they could bring in somebody else like Paul George. If Kawhi wants to leave San Antonio, they have money and young people to be able to trade. Lakers have a good young squad, and so I think that's a possibility. Philly is definitely another possibility, and we'll talk about that. The caller is live on the air. What's good? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
What's up? This is Rob Allen from LA.
Rob Allen from LA. What's good, son?
What's up? What's up? I just want to talk about the LeBron thing. Actually, what I think what's lit about that is he's got options, like you guys have been saying. The LA lifestyle, that's awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
Then we got the Boston Celtics. Of course, they can make the three-way trade. I've been watching the ESPN. They've been talking about that a lot with the Knicks and trading Kyrie Irving out. And it's actually talked in Boston Celtics right now that they might want to trade Kyrie Irving, which is kind of lit. So I think he should go to Boston or LA, honestly.
Yeah.
If he wants the lifestyle.
And listen, I think a lot of that Kyrie stuff is like the media trying to like put some of that soap opera drama in there. Kyrie said he's not gonna re-sign. He didn't say he's not gonna re-sign. He's not gonna extend because that's what all free agents do now. They're not gonna commit. No big free agents commit anymor.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's just the media putting that out there, trying to create some fun drama.
Boston's media.
Listen,
Boston's media. Yep.
and if Kyrie got traded back to Cleveland, that'd be hilarious.
That would be tragic.
I'd cry. I'd
so
cry.
sad.
I'm not even gonna.
I would be so
I
sad.
would be just.
But
It would
listen,
be funny to me,
Kyrie
but-
would only be there for one more year and then go wherever he wants to go.
My friend
in a
thinks
year.
I'm
New York
crazy that as a
or
Celtics
Brooklyn.
fan, I don't want him.
You don't want who?
LeBron.
Oh, LeBron. I wouldn't want LeBron on the Celtics. They have.
It messes
They
up
could
your growth.
They
It
could
stunts
win.
your growth.
They could win
Yeah,
with
they could win.
Kyrie and
Gordon Hayward.
Hayward back. So I don't.
But with LeBron,
Well, if you throw LeBron in
They're
there
really
with
winning.
all of them,
Well, no, but see, you like again, if you start talking about trading LeBron, then now you're okay. Now you've sacrificed your youth. Tatum's gone. Rozier is gone. Somebody like they've got to trade something. So
yeah,
the people that they're going to trade are going to be the players that you just invested all that time and all that energy scouting everything to get a 2-year run of possibly another banner, possibly not. And now you're back to square one with no more
With
Nets picks.
running
like,
into the Warriors.
Yeah,
again.
like I mean you're still walking into the same buzzsaw just with a new jersey on. It's not look, for all these people that are saying like LeBron's best bet would be to go to some place where he can kind of pick and choose who comes with him. That's what his MO has been. That's what he's always done. But like I've said on the show, it's not like if you're a Laker fan and now you're getting LeBron and I've heard Chris Paul might leave Houston and then go to LA. If you start talking about those crazy scenarios, that's idiocy to me.
insane.
and
That's
a
stupid.
lot, like I said,
It's
a lot
great
of
for a
these
year.
a lot of these are media scenarios.
Yeah.
Lakers would never take Chris Paul, even if that meant getting LeBron. They're not doing that.
Well,
I think listen, LeBron's not doing that. LeBron doesn't want to play with Chris Paul bad enough to know that. Listen, LeBron studies the NBA. He knows Chris Paul gets hurt every single year in the playoffs. He's not dumb. I don't care if he rides a banana with him. He traded Dwayne Wade.
Watch yourself.
If they wanted,
So do you guys think the Spurs would be a good pick for him then?
Of course.
If Kawhi stays?
Of course.
I mean, the Spurs
I
would be
think that would be the
terrific.
best.
The Spurs would be terrific,
Yeah.
but everything that I see, the Spurs are so low on the list because at the end, what does LeBron always want? Control. Pop is not giving you control.
Yeah, I was
You're
about to say
not
he's gonna
giving
have a
any
real
control.
coach.
You'd have a real coach. You'd actually have
You don't
to.
think he would give him?
No.
You don't think he would? I think he would give
No.
him some type
Look,
of control.
look.
He gives Tim Duncan and they had some type of control. If you
Tim-
look at
look,
like Steven
look,
Jackson
look,
said it,
listen-
as being in the
Listen to me
they
on
got
this.
some kind.
Tim Duncan was still getting cursed out in film sessions. You can't pull that off with LeBron.
Popovich
No,
could.
LeBron's not having that.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I
Popovich doesn't
listen.
play
I
like
think
that.
I think Popovich could, and he's coached him before.
Sure.
He's coached him in the Olympics a lot. So
when everybody's
know
got on Bermuda shorts, it's a different
but,
story.
But still, they know each other. It's not like they don't know each other. So if LeBron did end up going there, like he knows what coach he's getting, and same thing with Popovich. There'd have to be some sort of compromise with that happening. But so Rob, final answer. Where do you think he's going to end up?
Honestly, to be honest with you, you can't tell right now. Nobody knows. I can't even give you an answer.
Well, give a guess.
If I want to be honest.
Just give a guess.
I'll give you a guess. Lakers.
Okay.
That was only to appease Quan.
No, I just wanted to know. I want
It
people to
makes
give their
sense,
opinion.
Though. It really makes sense.
Look,
All right, Rob, thanks
think-
for calling in, bro.
I think the Clippers, the people,
There's no
people
way.
just don't even. Well, look, because I'll
Quan's
tell
like,
you,
no.
I'll tell you the
No,
reason
not,
why.
not even in a bad way.
But
Like,
see,
there's no way.
I'll tell you the reason why. Because the Clippers have no legacies. If you go to the Lakers, there's legacies there. You got all the banners up. Like, I mean, you're in the same arena. You're gonna see them anyway. But all the banners
they
are
cover
there.
them up.
Well, I mean, but they're still there. But you understand what I'm saying? Like, there's legacies with the Lakers. The Lakers have the Celtics. There's all of those types of things.
And so, what else does LeBron have to prove? Maybe go to the legacy team and bring them another ring. I mean, I
or
feel
bring a
I
ring
feel like
to a team that never won.
I don't think he already did that in Cleveland. I don't think he wants to try to do that with the Clippers that don't have him and DeAndre Jordan. That looks great.
They have money.
Not a lot.
They have money in movable parts.
They don't have movable parts. I don't know.
They don't have movable parts.
Lou Williams is not getting moved with that contract he just signed.
He could.
He's not getting moved.
He could.
So he would have another J.R. Smith that's a little more intelligent.
He would have
with the Clippers.
definitely
It's a low
better.
bar.
No, Lou Williams will eat J.R. Smith alive.
He's been on my teams before. I like Lou. I like Lou a lot. He's definitely better than J.R. But he's still the same type of. I'm gonna take wild shots
high volume,
at the wrong time.
High volume, yeah.
So who else? If you guys want to call in, hit us up 702-608-3259. Now let's talk about Philly real quick. We've talked about this a lot. They have money. They have cap space. They have good players. They have shooters. Some of them they have to re-sign, and they can't re-sign if LeBron comes there.
Yeah, until.
But a lot of these have to be sign and trade scenarios, anyways. LeBron opts in for that final year and gets traded. I don't at all. I don't love LeBron and Ben Simmons playing with each other.
Stunts growth again. Stunts growth. Ben Simmons. Look.
I don't see LeBron even wanting to play with him like that. And I know. Listen, I believe LeBron could play off the ball. I believe he probably needs to at the latter part of his career. I think it would be good for him. I think it would prolong his career. So I think he definitely would.
I don't think he would, though.
He did a lot in Cleveland with Kyrie, and everyone says he didn't. Kyrie brought the ball up most of the time.
Oh, yeah, no.
So
no.
he definitely can.
Late game, though, it usually went more back to LeBron. Like second half.
Sometimes.
Because a lot of times Kyrie would be coming off of pin downs or screens when LeBron had the ball.
Yeah.
On those.
But I think with him in Philly, his decision, does he trust that Embiid is not going to be Greg Oden? Does he trust that maybe Ben Simmons will get some kind of shot? Because if he has zero jumper at all,
he doesn't help him.
Him and LeBron just can't work together. They play too much alike,
yeah.
And LeBron's obviously a way better version of him. And, I mean, listen, if Ben Simmons has been working on a shot all summer and has even a decent shot, it's still not going to be good enough yet.
Not yet, no.
And so
and
he would go to Philly maybe to help bring a young team up, and obviously Philly, had a good run this season, surprising to most people.
They should have beat the Celtics.
But I'm just not sure if
they didn't play smart.
I'm just not sure if that's an option,
My Celtics
when it comes down to it.
They did. Philly should have beat the Celtics, but they too many critical mistakes in big moments.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like,
and we got a caller live on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
That's Desiree.
You know who this is calling. You already know where I'm from.
What
First time caller, long time listener.
And Eagles won the Super Bowl. I'll get that out.
Phone. Thank you. I was waiting for that. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Okay.
I had to get off my government phone because you weren't answering, and then I had to call from my cell phone so you would recognize my number and answer the phone. Really?
Listen, it said unknown. I don't know if that's a bill collector.
Oh yeah. We're not answering unknowns, Desiree.
This is 2018. You don't do that.
Desiree's been blowing up my daggone timeline over here. Like, Quan won't answer for me.
Oh, I didn't. I don't even think unknown numbers come into the phone.
Oh, okay.
Got those blocked. Anyways, Desiree, what's on your mind? I know it has something to do with Philly.
Well, you already knew that. First of all, we don't want LeBron. Like, It's not happening. We have a good thing going. We don't want him. Like, it's already been said. We don't need him And
I wouldn't say you don't need him.
Coming back fully healthy.
Don't need him.
Listen, LeBron is the best player by far in the league. So all
All
these people saying you don't need LeBron,
Don't need him.
that
Quan.
is ridiculous. Philly
Quan.
needs LeBron if
But-
they want to beat the
Quan.
Celtics.
Go ahead.
Philly
I get what-
needs LeBron to beat the Celtics with Kyrie and Hayward back.
But I get what she's
guarantee
saying.
you.
She's saying the same thing I'm saying about Boston, where it's like that stunts like what
Boston
Josh
has
said.
a lot more than
Well,
Philly.
they have. Well,
Boston
they have,
has way
we
more
do.
than Philly.
Well, I mean,
well, first,
Uh,
wait a minute. You're basing that off of people who haven't fully matured yet. Now,
Yeah.
if Simmons works like he's supposed to work this summer, and Embiid works how he comes back healthy, we're going to be a threat. Don't forget Fultz.
And I'm not saying you're not going to be a threat, but if you throw LeBron in there, you're a title contender
But-
for the next 3 years.
But that's the thing, Quan.
would he-
Do we
How
know-
not?
Do we know it's
Hold
3
on,
years?
Josh,
Mix
let people
with
talk.
us. How?
He's been
How
in the
what?
NBA Finals the last 8 years.
Where does LeBron mix with us? There's no way. Who's he going to mix with? I don't see him mixing with Embiid.
They
With
need to
Simmons.
mix
I
with
don't see him
LeBron
mixing-
James, the best basketball player in the
you would
league.
get rid of
No,
Jared.
you
What's
can't
his
do
name?
that. You can't do that.
Bayless.
No, he's not on
No.
that team anymore.
He's not.
No,
on
he's
the
not
team
on our team
anymore?
no more.
JJ
I just-
Redick, you talking about?
No,
I
no,
can't
no, no,
JJ
no,
Redick,
no.
you have
Yeah.
Covington.
Jared Bayless, I believe, is on.
Yeah, you have Robert Covington. I mean, listen, you have a good squad, but to
Right.
say you wouldn't need LeBron or want LeBron like that to me is ridiculous.
But Quan, that's the thing.
No,
It's
I
not.
don't see him
it
mixing.
is.
I don't see him mixing.
It's not.
How do you see him mixing with our squad?
Listen, it's not ridiculous.
I mean,
simply
that's
because
two really good passers right there.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, bro.
No, it's look. Listen, it's not ridiculous simply because, again, LeBron is 33 with a million of miles on him. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like everyone that gets all
And
caught up in this,
And he was 32
like,
last year with a lot
sure,
of miles.
no, it's
and he
fine.
played his best season ever.
No, Quan, that's fine. But you of all people know that in the end, well, he didn't do anything for them. If he was on the team, he was on their bench. He was deep on their bench, so he
Doesn't
can
he
go.
have a big contract with them that they need to
Oh,
get rid of?
that I don't know. That I don't know. I'll have to look.
That would open up space at least
That's true.
for LeBron.
But as far as LeBron goes, like when you like for all these teams that are talking about, especially if you're going to start moving out solid pieces, solid younger pieces. I know what you're saying in terms of
Right.
he's the best player in the league right now. But if we sign him for 3 years or we put ourselves in the same situation that Cleveland just put themselves in, where it's this opt in, opt out every year, and every year we got to worry about our situation. If I want to give up pieces that I know I have control over right now that are developing, why am I going to put myself in that position as a GM to basically get fired in 3 years because LeBron is now
Exactly.
handcuffed me to Team LeBron. And if I don't win this championship in the next
Right.
year, it's over. It's over.
So
all
you
of
don't
your
think
hard work
LeBron
is
James
gone.
has 3 more good years?
No, but that's not. I'm not saying.
You're talking about the chance
but
of him getting hurt.
but I'm not.
There's
no,
a
no,
bigger
no, no,
chance.
No, no,
there's a
no,
bigger
no,
chance.
Quan,
there's
that's
a
not what I
bigger.
said.
There's a bigger chance Joel Embiid gets hurt
Sure, that's
than
fine.
LeBron James.
I'm not, but I did not say as far as his injury. What I'm saying is LeBron's gonna sign, and he's gonna do the exact same thing he's doing right now. I'll sign 2 years with an opt out.
I don't think
next
he's
year.
doing that.
He is.
No, he's already
Right.
saying
How
he
many-
wants.
How many?
Hold
how
on,
many
hold on,
years-
hold on. He already said
How
he
many
wants.
years has he done short-term deals?
He's
The last 4
Yeah, but
contracts.
he knows this is the end of his career.
So why wouldn't you stay in Cleveland and get all your money?
Because he doesn't want that.
I would sign and trade out
Because
of Cleveland.
so he wants to sign and he might do a sign and trade. I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
they've talked about that, but that's the thing. Like most people think that he's signing like the long-term deal now. That's why he was doing those short contracts. And he could even sign a 4-year anywhere and still go play in Cleveland 1 more year to end his career. You know, that's always the option to go back there and end his career in Cleveland. But I mean, he would be good in Philly. Obviously, you have to make things work, but that's with any players you bring in. You know what I'm saying? Like, is Markelle Fultz really the future of Philly?
Don't know, but I don't. I
So
wouldn't
wouldn't you rather try LeBron James than that? I mean, and you're a Philly fan, so I mean, you're giving your opinion on that.
I do, but I just don't like the mesh. I don't know. Maybe it's just because he's no ties to Philly. I don't know what it is. I just don't feel like it's a good mesh. I really don't. I know with him having this, he needs to put his roots down. I mean, it's very unlikely for him to start over somewhere at age, 35, 36. That's kind of weird to me.
He's
and
33.
So
No,
after
she's
taking
saying
all
after-
these
after.
short-term
Oh, yeah.
deals. I'm
Yeah.
saying afterwards. I'm
Okay,
just
yeah.
saying afterwards. But I think all these short-term deals, I know he's going to I'm assuming he would look for some long term somewhere. He wants to be somewhere long term. Do you really think he wants to be in Philly long term? Like that's where he should be long term?
That's well, I don't know.
No.
I don't know if you just threw some shade on your city though, but I mean,
No,
look,
I'm just saying.
but I mean, exactly to your point. Philly had a great energy this year, a great energy, and it was a young energy. I don't want no old dude coming in and disrupting that energy. I'm just saying. Yeah, I mean that's my point.
You.
Like they
that's
had like if you really look at their roster, JJ was the oldest person they had. And JJ was he was a small part of their team. He wasn't even a big real
JJ was a huge part of the Philly team.
Not a huge.
They would not have
pull up
Listen.
JJ's stats.
What?
JJ Redick.
He's their main shooter. He's a huge part of that. He was their third best player.
JJ averaged under 15.
No.
I don't care about that. I don't care about the point average. He's still one of their best players. Under 15, like.
Go ahead.
So you don't think JJ Redick was one of their best players?
Did you? Which year?
He's their starting shooting guard.
He cost them the Celtics series.
His average is 17 points.
Yeah, he's
was
17,
he averaging
17 points.
Oh, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
All right, he was getting buckets. He was getting the buckets.
I'm telling you, he was balling for them this year.
He wasn't getting them in the playoffs though.
But he complements that team well. I mean, he's a shooter.
Well above average season for himself.
And he actually played decent defense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
for JJ Redick.
No, for JJ, that was always the knock.
But he's not a game takeover. You can't think like, oh, JJ Redick today is going to come off the bench and score over 20 and come in and make a game happen. He's not that kind of player. He's that little ad-lib piece that helps. Exactly. He's like, I'm going to get my 7 points, I'm going to play some defense, and make some good assists. And that's like the bare minimum for him.
Yeah.
That's all you're going to get.
I feel that. But that's why it comes down to it. That's why all that Philly talk. I don't think LeBron would necessarily want to go there. I'm not, and I think that'd be LeBron's decision. I don't think Philly wouldn't turn him away. They definitely wouldn't turn him away.
I'm telling you, I believe if he went to go sit down and have a talk, you know.
I promise you, there's not one team. There's not one team in this league that would turn LeBron away as a free agent. And I know a lot of this is talk of people that don't necessarily like LeBron or whatever, but there's no team that's going to say, no, LeBron, you're the best player in the league. You got a horrible team to the finals. We don't want you, especially in the East. If he went to Philly and said, Philly, I want to come here, let's make it happen, they're signing LeBron James. There's no doubt about that. They're not going to say, like, we don't want to mess up our young core of Markelle Fultz.
But you stop throwing Markelle out there like that was the best player that they had.
That's
disingenuous. Don't do that.
That's one of their three young core. Like
you look at our.
Listen, tell me that who is this? Who is this amazing young? Who is this amazing? Listen, who is this amazing young core you guys have? You have Ben Simmons and Embiid. You guys are acting like you have. He's good. He's not.
But he was a good player.
Good. You guys are acting like they have this all-star cast of a young core, like Golden State's young core was, like Boston's young core is. They do not have that.
They don't have what Boston.
They have a good young core. They don't have this amazing young core that they're going to be a dynasty for the next 10 years. They don't have that. Boston has that. Golden State had that before they got KD. Philly does not have that.
I'm not sure if you look at the pre-NBA draft and our prospects, but we have people coming in like that are four from Alabama. We have what's that dude's name?
Oh man, all these names sound better than LeBron James.
Let me see.
All these names sound better than LeBron James.
I'm talking about growth. You're talking about how looking at Fultz in the next couple of. I'm talking about growth. I'm talking about what we need to grow. Obviously, last year was a big momentum for us, right?
Now it's about winning championships, right? It's about winning championships, right?
Correct.
So if you could bring someone in that could most likely easily get you to the championship in the next 3 years, you would take that over maybe getting in the championship in 6 or 7 years from now? I don't know about that.
I don't believe it's going to. I believe
you are not beating the Celtics with. You are not beating the Celtics with the squad you have built right now. I'm putting that out there right now. There's no way.
I was asked the same question. I mean,
I disagree.
I don't agree with that.
I was asked the same question about Boston, where you're like, you don't want.
Boston has a lot more. They already have 2 legit all-stars and young players that could be all-stars. They got Tatum. They got Brown. So
Could
Boston
be.
has what Philly has with the potential.
Hold on.
But
we have
they
Kyrie
already
and
have
Gordon
Kyrie and
Hayward.
Gordon Hayward.
Yeah.
Could be is what you just said.
In theory.
Embiid already is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Ben Simmons
Exactly.
really
He's on
should
it,
have been
really, yeah.
this year.
He really should have been.
No, wait.
Oh, he should've been.
Desiree. Hold on. Let me get him. I got you. You got to give me a second to get my bearings. Come on, girl. They had two that were already all-stars. So when you start saying Tatum, Tatum showed a lot, but he wasn't an all-star. Jaylen Brown wasn't an all-star. He was not even close.
Listen,
Jason
you
Tatum-
just told me
Tatum's
Philly had
a
two all-stars
rookie.
when they didn't.
Yeah.
Embiid was an all-star. Simmons,
That's one all-star.
Simmons should have
There's no
been.
should have been.
No, listen.
No.
There's no
listen.
should have been. He
Listen.
wasn't an all-star.
He got
wasn't.
snubbed, and then he went
wasn't an all-star.
off. Is
He
what
wasn't an
happened.
all-star.
All right.
He wasn't
all
an
right.
all-star.
Okay. All right.
It'll be
Let me-
interesting.
He
to
shot
see.
0% from three. That's not an all-star.
It'll be interesting
Oh
to
my
see Tatum
goodness.
and Simmons kind of see where they
Yeah,
end
grow
up.
and see where. Yeah, I mean, and listen, it might be a Carmelo LeBron thing where Carmelo
Mhm.
maybe looked like he might be the best player the first few years, and LeBron just overtook him. But at the
Yeah.
same time, I feel like Boston and Philly have the same team, but on top of that, Boston already has two legit all-stars, one of the best point guards in the league. That to me, Philly, as they're built right now, unless Fultz comes in next year and does something spectacular, they're not beating Boston. They're just not.
No,
I'm
not
sorry.
without a
They're
string
not
of
beating the
injuries.
Celtics.
Like even with the string of injuries we had this year.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't beat them this year with two all-stars not playing.
Yeah.
So if you
Yep.
can get LeBron, take LeBron.
They have.
That's all I gotta say.
They have Sarge. They have
Mhm.
Ilya
Sarge
Silva.
is very good. I
They
like
have
Sarge.
Ilya Silva.
Free agent. Most likely won't be able to
Mhm.
sign.
Let me see.
Bellinelli.
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 I wouldn't be.
He was a
going-
very good.
I wouldn't be going. nuts
Okay.
on Bellinelli. No, it's solid,
Bellinelli, Ilya
solid
Silva.
role
Bellinelli.
player. Solid role player. I mean, solid role player. I'm just, boy, if you don't.
Ilya Silva. That's what I'm saying. You're naming role players that
solid role players.
did
These
a
are-
lot for them this year.
They have solid role players.
And that's their shooters that everyone keeps talking about. You need to surround yourself with shooters.
Right.
Shooters.
Right.
And Ben Simmons
That's a
is
shooter.
drive and kick.
Not a shooter.
Doesn't have to be right now.
He will be. He will be.
I guarantee
He
you
will
won't.
be.
Lord have
You will.
mercy. Pull up this child's numbers.
He's gonna be very good.
Yeah, Ben Simmons is dope. I like Ben Simmons a lot.
Quan doesn't think so, apparently.
I do. I don't think he's going to be a shooter.
I don't understand how you not see.
Who said that?
man.
Who said I said Ben Simmons is not going to be good?
Your actions.
Because I've been saying that all year.
Your actions say
It's
so.
not my actions. It's me
But he's
saying,
he's
you're
saying
you're
what
taking
they're
potential
missing
of somebody that
is-
could be good in
is-
5 years.
15, 8,
Right.
and 8 as a.
Right. If
That's
you
a
just like
rookie.
check people off, like you would check off
As a
Jason
rookie.
Tatum with Ben Simmons. You wouldn't check off Ben Simmons and Kyrie canceling each other out. They don't cancel each other out right
no,
now.
well, no, but that's not it. That's not
So
his
then
role.
Boston has the advantage of having more. I'm sorry.
Well,
they
no,
have
they
more
no,
superstars, so
well,
Philly
Boston
should be-
Boston definitely has more firepower, but we also don't know what Gordon Hayward's going to be right now.
Right.
That like you can't just plug him back in and say,
Right.
okay, be an all-star again, Quan.
Right.
Just saying, it takes some time. His whole daggone kneecap was staring the rest of us in the face and himself. So can't just be like, oh, okay, he's like I forget who it was. I forget who it was on
Wasn't even his
ESPN.
kneecap.
That was his whole
It wasn't his
daggone leg
kneecap.
flip.
He broke his leg.
Either way, I forget who it was on ESPN.
Right.
It was a player that was like he's dealing with a running specialist right now. Like he still has to learn how to run again.
Yeah.
Like it's not as cut and dry as people make it out to be. These injuries are still real injuries.
No, it's not.
Doctors are gifted, but you still have to go play. It's not a guarantee
have
that
to
he's
heal.
about to be an all-star again. Don't just plug
mean,
him back in
even
as an
if-
all-star.
if we have to bring him, if he has to be the 6 and we don't have to move Al Horford off, like okay,
Yeah.
be
No,
the
no,
6
no.
for a
You
while.
guys are. Look,
It's gonna be
the-
okay.
well, Dave and I have spoken on this before. You guys can switch 1 through 5, which in today's NBA is paramount because everybody wants to overswitch. But it is what it is, and if you guys can do that and other teams can't, it makes you very, very versatile. So
Yep. All right, Desiree, thanks for calling in. I hope you don't get LeBron.
So you're happy.
I hope so too.
there it is.
Desiree,
Desiree.
I'm still gonna keep
But-
throwing some
Wait,
some
did we-
fun gifts at you, in fun and joy. But now it's nice
And
hearing
I'll have
people's
fun
voice, so
gifts
you
to
know
return.
it's that you know it's playful and not If I was actually mad, I just wouldn't even comment.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she would just text me.
No,
She'd be like,
no malice.
this asshole.
Whoa.
Sorry, I did
did
it.
it.
My one for the
She did it.
one for the show.
You guys,
and I
Where's the curse
wasted
jar?
it.
Definitely need a curse jar.
Where's the curse jar at?
I wasted
That's all right.
it.
We're giving Quad the whole curse
Oh my
jar
gosh,
for what
he is-
happened in the
He is
last
so
episode.
vulgar. Oh my gosh.
All right, Desiree, thanks for calling. You're not crazy. You're crazy. You're not crazy.
She's
You're crazy. You're
passionate.
not crazy.
It's different.
It's okay.
It's passionate, Desiree.
Oh man.
All right. So other rumors is LeBron talking to the Warriors. That'll never happen. A lot of this stuff is media hype. There's some of the real ones, like Houston's a real possibility, which they would have to do too much.
I don't think I'd watch one game if that happened in the league.
What?
If LeBron went to Golden State,
Oh, nobody.
I would be
watch.
like, you know what?
I'd be
but
done.
again, Tracy, but my Wizards are over the cap. Like what cap
Who do you
is
guys-
this?
who do
Like
you guys-
who is creating the cap? Because I swear there's a cap where LeBron is, and then there's a cap where everyone else is, where it's like, this isn't right. I don't care.
I mean,
what
even
NBA
the
tries to
Warriors, and
explain to
we'll
me.
talk about that in a minute too, because they're gonna have to start paying people, and we're gonna talk about that in a minute.
They already are.
Yeah, but they're gonna.
Yeah, but you have Draymond coming out saying that I want a supermax deal.
Yeah, he wants a supermax.
Okay.
No, he did not.
Yeah.
Say that.
Yes,
Did he say
did
that?
He said that today.
Oh,
But listen, and we were talking about this before the
don't
show
do that, Draymond.
with Golden State.
No.
And that's why these dynasties aren't lasting like everyone says, like, oh, they're going to win 7 years in a row. You cannot keep a team together that long.
No.
The ego set in, and then the money comes into where it's like, listen, we won enough. I need to get paid. Like, I know I'm not. Draymond knows he's not worth his
Millions, that's
supermax,
terrible.
but
Yeah.
at the same time, he knows he could possibly
he's
get that.
worth a supermax in today's NBA.
Well, he's worth a supermax because of the team he's on.
And
We wouldn't even
hasn't-
know who he was if he was on another team. He wouldn't be an all-star. He wouldn't be talking about, oh, he might be a future Hall of Famer. We wouldn't be hearing any of that mess if he was on.
Can you get supermax based off of Defensive Player of the Year?
I'm not sure what the.
I know All NBA is in there. I can't remember,
Yeah.
but I feel like he's been All NBA before. I feel like he might be third team somewhere. Somewhere in this contract, I feel like, because
Possible.
does it have to be that contracted year?
I think it is.
Oh, okay. Well, he wasn't
Because
he
Paul
wasn't
George's
this
was
year.
supposed to be this year.
Yeah,
if
and
he
he-
would have
and
did
he
it this year
wasn't.
on the last
You're
year of
right.
his
You're right.
contract.
You're
So
right.
I'm not really sure how all that supermax works, but at the same time, I mean that's what it comes down to. It like Golden State is going to have to overpay
somebody.
Klay Thompson's a free agent after next season.
Well, Draymond's on a real team-friendly deal right now, which looked horrible 4 or 5 years ago when he signed it, but he's
and
now,
Steph Curry was,
yeah,
at
it
the
was.
same, and that's how they got KD
Mhm.
at the time, because he was too, and they were able to sign him to a big contract, a year later. So yeah, I mean, this free agency is going to be crazy. LeBron is going to determine where other people go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He has to go first, and then we'll see where other people land. So I think his decision will be a lot sooner than most people think. I think it might be near the beginning of the free agency period when it opens up on July 1st. Because he wants to build his team. He doesn't want people to be able to run
Start
anywhere else. So
moving,
if
start
you are
moving.
going to LA and you could bring Paul George with you, they're already talking about that. They've already talked about that. If he really thinks Kawhi is going to leave, or if he thinks Kawhi could stay and they could make room for him in San Antonio, you have to make those decisions soon for all that to be able to come into place. So yeah, so give us your opinion. Let us know where you think LeBron is going. We'll be talking about that
LA.
a lot more in the next few weeks. So you think LA is the destination?
Yeah, I think it just logically makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
especially with what you guys said, D Wade said.
Mm.
You wanna
Yeah, I
settle
mean,
down
they have
somewhere
2
for your
houses out there
family.
already. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, somewhere
Um,
maybe to.
There
to
was rumors.
retire.
Gary Payton was interviewed, and he said LeBron's son is already committed to a school out there in LA.
Hmm.
People can move. Look, Steph Curry's mom and Steph, they lived in Charlotte while Dell played in Toronto.
Yeah.
These things happen.
Yeah.
Just saying.
But with LeBron even saying it at his press conference, this is a family thing now. My sons are older. I have a daughter this time.
Yeah.
There's a lot more going into it. And LeBron knows he's at the end of his career, so he's making like his life choices right now too.
I think
And not saying Hollywood is the only sell, but I mean he's doing Hollywood work. So that is a selling point. That is a piece of the selling point. Where do I want to be? I want to live in LA to be able to do my other things too, you know?
Right.
And I don't think, you know, his wife is from Akron and stuff like that. But
yeah, she's from out there.
I don't know if that, you know, people want to move to LA. It's not like a secret that people like living in LA, especially when you have money. We don't want to live out there because it's too expensive for broke people.
When you have money, it's a different experience.
You live in a different part of LA.
Yeah. You have a different LA experience.
Exactly.
I think he stays home either to retire or to play in Cleveland.
All right.
He does love Cleveland. It's so weird.
He's from there.
But Dan Gilbert,
Yeah.
Well,
That did come out that Dan Gilbert is like itching for the opportunity to win without LeBron. And I'm just like,
and let me tell you,
why would you even let
How?
that leak out? Like, even if that was your personal feeling, that would be internalized. Like,
maybe
no
he
one
doesn't
would ever-
want LeBron to sign again. I mean, maybe that's him like
Juan, I'm
leaking
telling
out,
you,
like LeBron.
like kind of.
I'm leaking this out because I really
because I don't want you to stay.
But you don't want to be the one to force him out and be like,
Yeah.
we don't want to sign you.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man, there's a lot to be said for the handcuffing that LeBron does to teams. He handcuffs you. He did it to Miami.
Let me tell you something about Cleveland.
He's done
They
it to
were not
Cleveland
going to get
twice
to the
now.
playoffs the last 4 years without LeBron there. They might have got to the playoffs with Kyrie. They were not getting the.
Well,
listen,
but
listen.
look,
Hold on. Cleveland, the next 10 or 15 years, will not be a playoff team. Nobody is going to Cleveland unless they have miraculous drafts, which they have before.
They had.
A little bit. They've had Anthony Bennett too.
Quan,
they're not a team people are going to. They're not going to be a good team. They're going to be the new worst team in the league.
Look, my whole thing with Cleveland is this. Before LeBron signed up again and they had David Blatt, the team was actually going to be built around Kyrie. So to say that they weren't going to go is a little unfair. Just because we'll never know what David Blatt's real true offense would have looked like.
And we already saw Kyrie didn't want to stay there long term.
Well, but that again, Quan,
he's been trying to work his way to New York.
This was 3 years ago when it essentially was his team and they had just paid. He had just signed that contract. So he obviously had said, "I'm going to be here for the next 5 years." He wasn't planning to force his way out. He also wasn't planning on winning championships either.
Right.
So I mean, all those things, you know, hindsight's always 20/20, but we don't know what could have happened because they were continuing to ascend. Now ascending to the level that they did, definitely not. But they also would have had Andrew Wiggins. You just don't know. There's a lot of
who's definitely underachieved.
Well, but again,
would he have in those?
You just don't know. There's a lot of unknowns there.
Yeah.
Andrew Wiggins went to Ricky Rubio. That ain't Ricky Rubio and Kyrie ain't the same.
No.
Just don't know.
Yeah.
There's a lot there that you literally just don't know. So
you
know.
And are they going to get lucky in the draft like that? You know, the next 5 or 6 years.
That awkward
has
son,
a lot to do with
that
it too,
awkward
you know?
son isn't as cute as he was 5, 6 years
And
back.
you can get those guys, but our free agent's going to want to go there with the owner that people just don't like.
Is a shade racist.
and beyond that, I mean, he just doesn't. He hasn't treated his GMs good. He hasn't treated his superstars good.
Dash of racism.
just a pinch. Well,
dash.
like a bam, Emerald Lagasse style.
So we'll see. But Cleveland fans, be prepared to be the Clippers for a while. And going back to the Lakers, hopefully, if LeBron does go there with another veteran, they can end this. And I love it right now. But if you want to win championships, you can't have rap battles against your own player. Lonzo Ball winning on Kyle Kuzma. I think it's hilarious. Kyle Kuzma sent a picture of sunglasses and put China on it, kind of digging at his brother. Did you hear the Lonzo Ball rap?
No. I didn't.
Yes,
I
heard more than
First of all,
more than 10 seconds.
First of all, he
which is
doesn't articulate
too much.
good. Like, you're not a good rapper, bro. He had a few bars. He had some battle bars. But we're not going to mistake this for Pusha T versus Drake at all.
What are you trying
Do you think it's funny, or do you just think? I mean, because they've been going at it all year. Like, they all clown each other on IG. Obviously, Lonzo has a studio he can go to because he dropped a full album not too long ago.
You're just trying to do so much. Not everybody can do so much.
Not everybody should do so much.
I know.
That's not for everybody. Kyle Kuzma, at least he's a smooth looking guy. Lonzo, just stay out. Stay out of the public eye, brother. It's not for you. It's not for you. Okay? It's just not. It's not a good look.
Oh man.
Kuzma was out there with a turtleneck and a fur coat. He's a smooth cat. You don't want these problems.
Yeah.
It's the battle of the light skinned brothers.
Wow.
Battle of light skin.
Always with this man. You're so pretty.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. And, I mean, Drake's light skinned, but he was
Yeah.
battling someone kind of darker.
Yes, that was a.
He's
that
also
was,
Canadian, so you've always got.
Yeah.
He's,
So you're a
he
little
always has
extra
ground
light
to
skinned,
make-
right?
Yeah, he has ground to make up.
There's light skin and then
Disclaimer.
there's Canadian light skin.
yeah, which is
the
different.
great white north light skin.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, Canada.
All right. So on Thursday, we're going to be talking about the World Cup. We'll probably have it playing in the background. I'm not sure what time it starts, but it should still be on, right?
Yeah.
Where's it at? Where's it at?
It's in Russia.
Oh,
Russia.
have you not watched you've got to watch the E60 special on all the Russian fighters. Have you guys seen this?
Fighters.
Okay, it's on ESPN all the time, but Russia has like basically a gang that's been going on a few years ago.
You mean in
with
terms of the
fight
hooligans?
clubs.
The hooligans.
Yeah, the
yeah.
Russian
Oh.
hooligans.
Yeah, the hooligans. I thought you meant like boxers. That's
Boxers
why I
and
was,
stuff like
I was
that.
like, oh, wait.
No, like all these guys. It's like
Yeah.
a massive fight club. It's insane.
Yeah,
Huh.
it is.
Insane, and they're really worried about like security and things like that at the World Cup because
These guys don't play.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, hooligans are in a lot of the like major areas. Like
Yeah.
like London is real bad.
yeah,
Like they don't even go to games. They just like go and
they just
fight
go fight.
fight each
You
other.
seen that movie, Green Street Hooligans?
I have
That
seen
movie's
that
so
movie.
dope. That movie's dope.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. But Russia also got. I mean, they're in the easiest group that in history.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I would know nothing.
I
about
would
that.
not know.
I mean, I don't think they're going to go far once the knockout rounds start, but they basically can crawl into the knockout
Yeah.
round at this point. Yeah,
Well, I know USA's not in a good group at all
because we don't exist.
because they're not in a group
No.
because they lost to Trinidad to qualify.
No, we lost a lot more than just to Trinidad.
Well,
was
that
just
was
the
that was the
that was
final.
just the
That was the last
the
one.
crescendo.
That was
of
the one
whole
where you should have
situation.
just won that to go ahead and
Yeah.
fix all your mistakes.
It'll
Yeah.
be interesting to see.
And listen, that's why I'm not interested. And I know they're not even the good team, but at the same
We
time,
are a good team.
gosh.
It always goes back to this. We're not that good.
And I said we're not the good team, so we're not like the top 5.
No.
10.
I won't. Top 10, top 15.
We're not top 10.
Look,
If
Quan,
we were,
Quan,
we would have
were-
beat Trinidad and
Quan-
been in the World Cup.
Quan,
and
we
we're
were
not.
We were ranked in the top 20 for the past.
That's not 10.
Not
Well,
10.
no, we've been ranked as high as number 4 in the world. So don't play. I know you don't know much about soccer, brother, but it's all right.
I know enough to know they didn't qualify for the World Cup.
But there's a lot of teams, Quan, that didn't qualify.
And USA is one of them.
Yeah, no. I mean, like a lot of powers that didn't qualify.
That's
right,
fine.
He's saying because
This-
of the way it's set up.
it's
Like
just-
you
I
have
live,
the
to,
way
I
that
live
it's
in the
set
USA.
up. Just-
I
just
live in the
a
USA.
certain number of teams.
Yeah,
for
I mean,
Africa, you have to take
just
a certain number
just
for
a,
the Middle East.
it's
I get what
there's
you're
a lot
saying.
of
Like-
either way. I mean, look, when it comes down to it, we just won the Gold Cup 2 years ago, so we had just done that. But you have to win certain matches, and then you have all your hexagonal games, and neither here nor there. They should have gotten in,
Yeah.
but they didn't. But there are other teams that were in similar situations. I forget which team. I believe it's Chile. Chile
Yeah.
didn't make it in. Like, and they were like the best team in South America. Like, it happens.
Yeah,
So-
There's
and you
no
look at it
Italy?
and they're
yeah.
Italy's
You know what I'm
not
saying?
in.
Italy didn't make it in. So there's teams where,
But
They
my
didn't
thing
get
is,
in.
for the interest of the casual fans,
yeah, well, American
And-
casual fans.
no, but that's what I'm saying. I'm an American casual fan, so that I'm talking about in America, the casual fans.
We live in America.
Exactly. It hurt the sport. It hurt a sport that the U.S. is trying to pump up more with Major League
With
Soccer
dollars too.
and all that, and
Yeah.
and for them to not qualify really hurts the sport in America. There's going to be a lot less people watching because of that. That only watch when the USA is in. Were we going to watch women's hockey in the Olympics if USA wasn't in there
Negative.
like that?
Negative.
So
No.
that's how we are.
I think soccer is a little bit more popular across the.
No, it's definitely popular in that. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
as far as
Well, no, but it hurt. It definitely
does
hurts
hurt.
your casual fan, and
especially when
and
we're
that
trying to
was-
create pro leagues and get
well,
better players.
that
and-
was one of the things that kind of came out was basically like Fox Sports had spent billions of dollars for the right
yeah.
to have the World Cup, and then you don't get the U.S. in, and you're losing
Yeah.
gobs of money just because people aren't going to turn it on. So that was why they started like I think we talked about it on the show. They started that kind of campaign like cheer for your country type thing, where it's like, well, Tracy, where do your people come from? Well, we come from Scotland. Well, we got a team for you in the World Cup. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was kind of like,
Why do you assume Scotland?
I just, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
I don't know.
Welsh, say
maybe?
Irish. She's wearing green, bro. Say Irish
Welsh,
first.
maybe. But you know what I mean? Like,
if I had to narrow it down to be England.
See, all
Like,
right.
German.
80%
You're
English.
you're 100% Caucasian. It's all right.
Wow.
It's okay.
Right, so they're trying to talk about your ethnicity.
Yeah, but
your
like, and it was like, and it was
like,
funny because like for the black kids, like we're like looking around like, nope, doesn't work.
Don't do it.
Doesn't work over here.
Don't do it.
Don't like Cameroon, maybe, maybe, sure, about why not? Kenya, never know.
No way of knowing.
Nope, no idea.
Don't try to guess. You're gonna sound racist.
Don't make that mistake on air.
Why didn't you assume Iceland? Rude.
Man.
Oh my
Could've
god.
been born in Australia. Aborigines. All right, so we'll be talking about World Cup on Thursday. Dave will be here, excited, probably wearing a jersey for some team. So we'll talk about that. We didn't talk about what Josh wanted to talk about, but we ran out of time.
Rafael Nadal.
Say it. 20
French
seconds.
Open.
20 seconds.
11th French Open title. Recognize greatness. That's all I have to say. It's
That was
recognize
quicker than
greatness.
20 seconds.
There you go.
And he is. He's old and he's winning still.
Yeah.
He's not that old.
He's not that young.
He's
definitely past the age where tennis players supposed to still be winning majors.
I mean,
I'll give you that.
Federer was doing the
losing
same thing though.
He's
So
losing some hair. He's lost some
A
hair.
little bit. It's not as luxurious as it once was.
Oh, it's like a freak.
Yeah, he's got like a baby patch. It's the Manu. It's the start of the Manu.
yo, that's like when Agassi, like his hair was like part of his uniform,
Yeah.
and he had to just like he had to go all the way once
He
it started
should have
going.
done the Bret
but-
Michaels thing and just gotten a bandana with fake hair.
Yeah,
And just been out there like and just let it fall.
He did
out.
that. He had a weave.
Agassi did.
Yeah, he had a weave, and that was the
I
reason why he
can't.
lost like a big match one time was because like the whole time
Oh,
his
gosh.
weave was off,
I didn't know
and
that.
he was really
This
really
is like the Jordan
concerned.
Pizza story.
No, this was in his book. It was in his book. He wrote about it.
I should have read that.
Yeah. it
Oh
was
yeah, I
act-
meant to read that last night.
Ugh.
All right, Major League Baseball. We're going to be talking about that in the future. We have a lot of NBA free agency. We have Summer League. We have WNBA. What else is going on this summer besides all that?
College
That's
World
a lot.
Series.
Golf. This week is the
US
this week
Open.
is the U.S. Open
Mm-hmm.
in Shinnecock Hills.
So we'll talk about that on Thursday too,
I
because
just like
it-
Shinnecock. It's a good. It's a
You
good
like
word.
what?
It's a good. Shinnecock is a funny word to say.
Jar. Swear
wow,
jar.
he just keeps saying it.
It's the place. The name of the place.
Say it one more time.
Shinnecock Hills
Wow,
is the name of it.
Jar.
I don't know why he likes saying that so much.
I don't
Funny
know.
word. It's like shuttlecock.
Josh
Wow.
is a child.
See?
Anyways, I still don't have this hooked up for the
Kerfuffle. There's
unfriended.
funny-
I love kerfuffle.
The unfriended button is not working right now. But who are you unfriending this week? Ladies first. Josh.
Gosh, I was going.
Oh,
Josh.
joking. Go ahead,
Josh.
Tracy.
I was going back and forth. Can I do two real quick? I'll be
Oh
super
gosh.
fast. Okay, one, Roger Clemens.
Roger
Because
Clemens.
Oh, what did he
Okay.
do this time?
okay,
Wow.
y'all know I'm a diehard Texas fan.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Anytime I'm watching Texas, we just qualified for the College World Series for the
You
first
did?
time in a long time.
His
We're
son
awesome.
plays, right?
Yeah, his son plays. So every 2 minutes, I have to see that man's face, and I'm over it. I'm like, can I
okay,
just watch
okay.
some baseball without seeing
Yeah.
Roger
all right,
Clemens?
I understand. He did nothing
stupid
but
mug.
live his life.
Which his son is really good.
His son is very good.
Yeah.
He actually
Kobe,
hit a
right?
yeah, he hit a solo home
Kobe.
run for us yesterday. Kind of put us over the top.
So when he has a home run, do they scream out Kobe?
No, it's Cody.
Cody,
Cody.
I think
Cody.
it was.
So do they
Yeah.
scream out
Cody.
Cody?
No, all we see is Roger Clemens' face.
No, it flips over to Roger Clemens.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
And also, I'm getting updates. So my second unfriending is like petty NHL girlfriends and wives.
Oh.
After the drama going down with the Ottawa Senators, they're like filing like lawsuits against each other.
Oh.
Wait, what's going on there?
Okay,
You got to
so-
expound on that a little bit.
Okay, so
That's a good one. That's juicy. That's hot and juicy
This is like-
crawfish.
this is like I know it's like the Real Housewives of the NHL. So Eric
Oh, gosh.
Carlson's, who I believe is William Carlson's brother, right? Eric Carlson.
That
Oh,
I did not know.
I don't
He looks super Swedish.
So
Oh, okay.
Because his last name is Carlson. He's probably
It's spelled
Swedish.
funny. He looks Swedish, whatever. Eric Carlson's wife
Racist.
accuses girlfriend of fellow Senator Mike Hoffman of harassment. So the wife, Melinda Carlson, the wife of the senator's defenseman, filed an order of protection against the longtime girlfriend of Senators forward Mike Hoffman.
Wow.
Cyberbullying, a lot of bad stuff. I guess the Carlsons lost a baby this year.
They did.
That's horrible.
They did.
And
Bodie
I guess
Miller
she
just
was,
lost a baby yesterday.
She was
Skier.
harassing. I guess this girlfriend, Mike Hoffman's girlfriend, was harassing,
The girl for losing the baby?
saying that she
What?
lost it because she was on drugs and this and that and horrible things.
That's
so.
horrible.
Right. Yeah. That's more than
Wow.
unfriending. Like.
Yeah, that's worth.
yeah,
worth
that's
it.
some.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I'm reading that. I was like, oh, no.
You definitely get 2 unfriends for that.
That's pretty good.
Right. I'm like, goodness.
That's pretty
All right,
good.
Josh, who you got?
I had one, and then I remembered my original one, and it's LeVar Ball saying that KD is not a big baller.
Oh gosh, I saw that this morning.
And the simple fact, like, we had gone on LeVar Ball hiatus, and the world had reset itself to a very moderately beautiful place, minus Trump.
He's trying to tour another son around.
And he just won't let his son try and get any kind of life. Like, why would you ever go after a MVP and then a 2-time finals MVP
Yeah.
when your son may not ever even sniff the finals? Just saying.
He might not.
Well,
but Swaggy P is a
and let me tell
NBA
you,
champion,
I
so-
watched
Right.
that this morning when it happened, so
Yeah.
I think the quote's probably out of context. The
Okay.
only big ballers, they're talking about big baller brand. They asked him about like being a big baller as far as the endorsements. He said we
Yeah.
only have 3 big ballers.
Okay.
So he's talking about the brand. He's not saying he's not a big baller as far as his gameplay.
Okay. So
that's taken out of context a little bit.
He might have been.
He's pushing the brand big baller.
They
brand.
might have given a little,
but
just
still,
because it was LeVar to try and
yeah.
push some clicks.
But
Well,
at
if
the
that's
same time,
case,
I
if it was
blame.
clickbait, I apologize, but I'll have to do some
He's
more
also
research.
earned. Nobody's surprised if he did say that.
Exactly. I was not shocked
Yeah.
at all. I
You're
was
like,
just like,
That doesn't
No,
sound like
and
him.
he
Lamar
said
would
that
say
because they were on Undisputed this morning.
okay.
But here's and I'm getting too unfriended because I'm doing one piggybacking off you is Fox Sports for even having him on with his son, not named Lonzo. They're parading around LiAngelo Ball on all these networks who most likely won't get drafted.
Who doesn't deserve
Most
to be drafted.
likely will be on a summer league team, and that's probably as far as he should go as far as anything connected to the NBA. I don't like that the media is doing this. It was fine last year with Lonzo Ball. We knew he was a really good
He was a lottery
player.
pick.
He was a lottery pick. So you could do that. Now it's becoming a gimmick where it's like, listen, he's not good enough. And the only reason he's going to get a chance is
because
for
of
the
who-
gimmick.
Yeah.
And so I don't like that. So I blame the media for latching on so tough to let these guys keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
But my unfriended this week and forever, IHOB, International House
Burgers.
of Burgers. They announced that they're making that P into a B.
Are they really doing this, or is
They're
it
doing
still
it.
a joke?
Yeah,
They're
no,
doing it.
It's
Some
a thing.
people think it might just
It's not a
be
joke.
It's a
for a
joke.
little bit, but it's not. They're
No.
doing it.
Look at their
They have a
Twitter.
new burger whole layout for burgers and stuff like that. They said, pancakes and breakfast. It's just not like, doing it for them. But with that being said, International House of Burgers is out there. And we thought, when they said it was going to be a B, my first initial thought, International House of Breakfast. Okay, they want to promote all of breakfast. They
That's
want
what I thought,
they want to
too.
be the king of breakfast. You know what I'm saying?
They always were.
No.
But no, they
They
flipped the
really-
script and they want to do burgers when you already have In-N-Out. You can go to the drive-thru and get a good burger. You can go to Five Guys. You can go to Burger King.
Leave burgers alone.
Leave burgers alone. Like,
It's
have them
not-
on your menu.
I think
You
they
can have 'em
are.
there.
Did,
They, I was
yeah.
about to say,
They
I think
already
they
did.
always have
Exactly. Have them on your menu. Leave them there.
Or do commercials and rebranding. You don't have, not a complete rebranding to the extent that they've done.
Yeah.
But have commercials about the other things on your menu.
So I'm unfriending IHOB for life. I'm not going there till they change their name back. Hopefully they will. I'll go to Denny's.
I mean, I think the problem is not enough
At least
people were
Denny's
going
knows
there
who
in the
they are.
first place.
And we do got a caller live on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? You're our last caller of the day. You win no prize.
Oh, I'm about to hang up. I'm out.
I'm out. What's up, son?
Yo, this is G from Scottsdale, Arizona.
Scottsdale, Arizona. You are the black guy there.
Wow.
I'm just calling it how it is, bro. How is it out there, man?
Scottsdale.
Wow,
You know
that's
my
not-
favorite thing about you, bro, is we've known each other for
What?
like almost 10 years, right? You announced you're moving to
Yep.
Scottsdale. All of a sudden, I see pictures of you in Scottsdale. And what did I tell you before you left? I'm like, we got to get together. You know what I'm saying? We hang out a lot. We watch fights together. And you just bounced
Yeah.
without even kicking it, bro. What's up with that?
See, what had happened was when I was when I had called for the lift, and they was like, "Oh, Quan, he not available right now." I was like, "Oh man, see, I was trying to," but then I had left.
Wow. Wow. Anyways, G, real quick, where do you think LeBron's going? Yeah, where do you think LeBron's going? That was it. I don't know why I said it like that.
He going back to St. Vincent, St. Mary's when life was good.
You're a fool.
Nah, if he was smart,
He's pretty
I
smart.
think they draft. I think they draft Michael Porter Jr.
Ooh, I hope
They get some more. They get some more solid role players like Lou Williams. Go after DeAndre Jordan. You know,
You talking about
I just think
Cleveland?
they just need to beef up. Yeah, I think he needs to stay. I just think they need to just beef up their roster just a little bit. They really don't. They won with that squad. So imagine if he had like maybe two more solid players to go with Kevin Love, and they possibly win the championship.
All right. I feel that. They need to beef up their squad. My only problem, and why I say he's not going to stay in Cleveland, they can't beef up their squad. They have nothing to trade. They can't get Lou Williams. They can't get DeAndre Jordan. He's going to want a big contract this summer. He's a free agent. They don't have anything to give. I feel like if they had something to be able to give, I think he would stay. They're locked in. They don't have anything to give. They don't have anything to give up or any trades.
I mean that number 8 pick and Kevin Love, you know what I mean, for Kawhi Leonard is very intriguing.
Not for San Antonio.
I'm just saying you can get a young, you know what I'm saying, young player.
no.
You know,
That
you get
ain't-
another power
That
forward.
8th pick might not be very good. I think Cleveland really messed up by that pick not being a good pick. They needed that to be a top 5
Yeah.
for them to get anything good. Michael
For sure.
Porter Jr. is not going number 8.
I think
Where you think he's gonna go
He's
higher?
going higher.
Think he's gonna go higher than that?
He's going to end up being one of the steals of the draft because
For sure. But that's why I think he might drop
Yeah,
because people are still
I
saying
think
he's hurt.
Right. I think because there's some doubt there.
I'm hoping the Wizards.
I
can
think
move
he's
up.
going to fall
Personally.
at number. He's going to fall at number 6 or number 8.
yeah. I already called Michael Porter Jr. as the sleeper of the draft just
Yeah.
because
2
everyone
years
thinks
ago-
like that injury and everything. Like
Yeah.
Dave said, I don't think it's as serious as they made it out to be. I think he wanted to sit out of college.
And,
I think that's kind of what he
and
did.
if I'm LeBron, if they do draft Porter, and they could trade Kevin Love, and then like I said, some solid free agents out there. Like even Brandon Jennings. Like I don't know why people slept on that dude so much, man. He went to Milwaukee and lit it up for the little bit of time he was there.
Yeah, he's just a smaller guard. He's I don't know. I mean, I like Brandon Jennings. I don't even know why.
The dude is fearless, man. Like, I mean, if LeBron needed somebody, man, he needed somebody like a Brandon Jennings that just come in and just be like, I don't care, I'm shooting the ball.
Yeah, but that's not taking them over Golden State.
No, I mean, I don't think it's taking him over Golden State, but like I said, if you had a Lou Williams on your squad, if you had a something like a solid rim protector, so I don't know if DeAndre Jordan is a free agent or not, but
Yeah, and he's going to want to get paid. That's the thing. Cleveland is just strapped. They just don't have any wiggle room, and that's why I really believe LeBron's not staying there. That's my biggest concern with Cleveland.
The Clippers. So you got Lou Williams and you got DeAndre Jordan on the Clippers. The Clippers are looking to dump contracts anyway. So my thing is like, yo, you got people like Tristan Thompson. You can give him the they could do a trade with Tristan. They could do a trade with Kevin, and you know what I'm saying, like that frees up more cap space. You can bring in Paul George, Lou Williams, Paul George, DeAndre Jordan. That's a solid squad.
Yeah, I mean, anything's possible. We saw what Houston did. We didn't think they were going to get Chris Paul and all that either, but you know that still happened. So you know, things are possible. But I don't like either of your theories.
Yeah, I mean, well, if Paul George and LeBron link up in, L.A., then, who knows?
Yeah. Yep. Well, hey, dude, come out here and visit sometime and have fun in Scottsdale. Don't get burnt too much.
Man, I'm indoors all day, man. You know what I mean? I don't got time for that.
I feel you. All right, bro. Thanks for calling in, man.
All right, man.
So there you have it. We don't know where LeBron's going. Nobody does. The draft is coming up, so we're going to be talking about that in the near future as well. Like I said, Michael Porter Jr., that's going to be the dude in this draft. He's going to be a lower draft pick than he should be. I keep saying if he's not a top 3, then he's definitely going to be the sleeper of this draft. You got Bamba in there shooting threes now, so we'll talk about that too. There's some players trying to make an impact.
Running faster than Russell Westbrook, 3/4 court. That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, his 3/4 court time was like passing Russell Westbrook and John Wall.
That's wild.
That's nuts.
That's wild.
Yeah.
So, we'll be talking about all that on Thursday. A lot of World Cup. We're going to be watching some of the games here and all that good stuff. So, make sure you tune in every Tuesday and Thursday, 2 p.m. West Coast time right here on Guerilla Cross Radio, and download the app. It's free. Go get that. Subscribe to us on the podcast. Thanks for coming through again.
Of course.
We love the woman's voice on the air and perspective. Josh, thanks for always being here.
You're the best, Josh.
We might be missing you half the summer.
That will be changing next week.
Oh, it's starting next week?
Yeah, it's Houston next week. And then Chicago the week after.
Is that when Big 3 leagues?
Yeah, Big 3 starts next week.
So I won't see you you'll be here on Tuesdays, but not Thursdays?
Yeah, next Tuesday I might not be here because we've got to run inventory. So next week might be a little weird, but after that I should be available on Tuesdays.
So say goodbye to Josh for the summer.
Goodbye forever.
All right, we will see you on Thursday. Have your World Cup gear ready.
I'll